The cause of hype is hope. In this game, one name can be all it takes to ignite a city, to ignite a flame that burns for years, turning the stretch of time into an era, building on a legacy or anchoring a dynasty. One choice made, and a new age begins. This is the Empty the Bench Podcast Network live stream, featuring Empty the Bench, Game On, and the 3&D. Here's Nick Morgasen, Tom Albano, Paul Lombardi, and Hank Indictor. All right, here we go. In for another live stream. This is the Empty the Bench Podcast Network NBA Draft 2023 live stream. Tom Albano, Paul Lombardi, Nick Morgasen. All right, guys. A lot to get into this draft. Very anticipated draft. Obviously, the number one overall pick. Probably the most highly anticipated number one since LeBron James.
Oh, absolutely.
There's no mystery here.
There's no mystery. It's gonna be an interesting draft after the first pick, I think.
Yeah,
That's gonna get fun.
The number one pick is obviously the most obvious pick. We talk about this every year. Number one is usually the same. Obviously, the draft will start in about 12, 13 minutes approximately from now. Some stories to talk about around the world of the NBA. Follow us on social media as well, across our shows, at ETB Sports, at the 3&D ETB, youtube.com/ETB Network, where all our shows can be seen on that YouTube channel. Make sure you follow us on audio platforms where all our podcasts can be heard, Acast, iHeart, Spotify, Stitcher, all a bunch of other platforms. But etbpodcast.com as well for all blogs and a bunch of other things we're working on as well. All right, so let's get into it. The draft officially starts on ABC and ESPN at 8 p.m. Eastern. So we'll get into it right now. A few stories, a lot of trades that have happened, and Paul and I were discussing this a little bit over the last couple of days. We knew the draft pick order was going to change. We knew this was going to happen. The draft pick order never stays the same, right?
No, it never does. And but the day before and the day of the draft, you always see a lot of movement go down. And you see some players getting dealt around and all that kind of stuff. So not surprised that a few of the draft picks got moved. None of the top picks have gotten moved so far, which is interesting. We know that the Pelicans really wanted to trade up for Scoot Henderson, but we'll go into that in a few, as they probably will not be able to do that. It doesn't seem like the Hornets or Trailblazers are going to be very willing to let up their second and third overall picks.
Yeah, not a surprise. Zion has no value. He's got zero value, essentially. You and I talked about this on episode 4 of the 3&D, that basically he's a dead duck walking with all the issues he's had and all the injuries, and there's just no way to make a trade. Why would you take a chance? But we'll get to that as we get closer to 8 o'clock. Let's get into some of the news that has happened leading up to this. So obviously the Chris Paul trade from the Wizards, originally traded to the Wizards from Phoenix, now traded, basically the Carmelo Anthony effect when he went to Atlanta, like Paul said. Didn't even see a uniform. Now he's with the Warriors. I'm really not surprised, to be honest, and I think it's actually a good fit for Chris Paul.
No, absolutely. I think it was a pretty good move for both teams. Obviously, Chris Paul wasn't going to stick with the Wizards. They're deep into a rebuild. They kind of just got him as the throw-in in order to take on the contracts of Bradley Beal and Porzingis. But I think it's a good get for Golden State. It's a very interesting one because obviously Curry and Thompson have been that backcourt for a decade now. At an extremely high level, probably the most successful backcourt in the NBA over the past 10 years. and you're going to add Chris Paul, who's a veteran, all-star, going to be a Hall of Famer. You're adding him into the mix, where I think it could work, and I also think it could work in the sense of the way it worked when D'Angelo Russell was also signed there. That kind of is a difficult comparison because Klay Thompson was hurt for a majority of the time while D'Angelo Russell was in Golden State. But I think that, Chris Paul is a good facilitator. Steph Curry obviously has been the point guard for years to come, but Chris Paul is a good facilitator, and he doesn't need the ball in his hands to be dominant. He's a good defensive player. He's a tremendous passer. He can definitely run some pick and rolls and get Klay and Steph open even a little bit better than possibly they do now. So I think for that reason, it could fit. It's not like they're adding another huge score, but we also saw them add another huge score and win 2 championships with Kevin Durant. So it's interesting to see. The Warriors are going to try their hardest for the rest of Steph's career to add as many titles to his name as possible. So
not that he needs any more help. His Hall of Fame career is already a Hall of Fame career, but absolutely. I was kind of more surprised that Jordan Poole got moved to Washington. That was the shocker part of this trade. They overpaid him. Let's just admit the facts that they paid him $20 million. It didn't work out. He had a good year. We talk about this in every sport. You're lucky enough to have your good year. You get paid, and then you just don't perform. So that's essentially what happened.
No, absolutely, yeah. I think that and with the Wizards too, they're going to need somebody to build around. And Jordan Poole's under contract. They have a decent. They got a ton of draft picks from these trades, and they also have a decent. Already a little bit of depth with their young players. So I think that the rebuild may not be that long for the Wizards if they do it smart and they do it wisely, and it might be centered around Jordan Poole.
So, right. Sorry to interrupt, but just so you guys are aware, I don't know if you saw it on Instagram, but it appears that Jordan Poole has actually very quickly unfollowed Draymond Green.
Wow.
Well, that's not a surprise. Paul and I were talking about this over the last couple of days. Like, people are making such a big deal out of the Draymond Green, Jordan Poole fight that happened in the preseason before the season got underway. Now, what I got out of that whole ridiculous situation was that Jordan Poole is a hothead, at least from what I understand. But Draymond Green is probably up there as the head honcho hothead because I was telling Paul, and I'll tell you, I think I told you, Tom, when we did ETB today, actually, that he wouldn't be who he is if he wasn't drafted by the Warriors. If he was with the Pistons or Charlotte or any other team, you're not hearing effing Draymond Green. You're just not.
No, that's completely it. And that, I think that one thing that hurt the Warriors' entire team this year was possibly the beef between Draymond and Jordan Poole. I think that was kind of like a downgrade moment, and they both obviously they had just given Jordan Poole that huge contract, so it looked like they'd be taking his side and extending him for as long as possible. But now we'll see if Draymond comes back. Maybe Draymond's more likely to come back now that Jordan Poole's gone. I'm not surprised though that they still have hard feelings because you don't just get punched in the face and live that down too quickly.
Right. And I think I said it to you, Paul, that I think the only reason you're making that move, Jordan Poole, is to bring Draymond back. Because obviously we heard Joe Lacob, the Warriors owner, talk to the media, basically saying we're not anywhere without Draymond Green. Let's hit the brakes a little bit here. Yeah. Steph and Klay are the reason why this team has won 4 titles. Draymond Green's a great defensive player, but what was he averaging? I think you said to me like 8 points or something like that. That's not winning you a game.
No, not at all. And he was the defensive guy on all those teams.
A good defensive player. Let's be fair, but
a very good defensive player. Yeah, but he's not like the go-to scorer or anything. And that's why it's interesting if he were to sign with somebody else this year, what kind of player he would become in someone else's system. He's the perfect player for Golden State to play around Steph and Klay, but where else would he be a good fit? And what if somebody signs him and he has to take a bigger role on offense? I think it'd be interesting.
Well, I'll give you one team, and Tom will be surprised. Well, not be surprised. We talked about it. The Lakers, because LeBron and Draymond were spotted out with their wives on the beach, and it looks like they were doing a little hanging out together. Now, that would be insane if Draymond ended up in LA with LeBron after all the battles they've had.
No, exactly. I know. Be really interesting if that were to be the case.
Well, didn't you make the comparison to when Stevenson joined the Lakers?
Oh, yes. So I told Tom on episode 189 of ETB that if it's kind of like when Lance Stevenson ended up in a Laker uniform after Lance Stevenson kept blowing in LeBron James's ear and irritating the shit out of him on defense.
That was classic.
It worked. It worked.
It
I mean, but we'll see what happens. All right, let's move on to a few more quick headlines. This also brought up. You got that one. Okay, so Huskies coach Dan Hurley, and this is your space, Paul. Dan Hurley's agreed on a new 6-year contract. Will guarantee him nearly $33 million, elevating him to one of the nation's highest paid coaches.
Yeah. And like this extension came at the perfect time. They're coming off of their national championship, obviously, and Dan Hurley completely turned the program back around. Like they had struggled a bit since the Kevin Ollie had left. They struggled a bit being able to compete, and even when Kevin Ollie was there, they won that one championship, but it really hasn't been like the same program since Calhoun was there. It wasn't a consistent top school. And Dan Hurley's been able to kind of turn them around, get the recruits, put together a great offense too. And they were great all year. And this move doesn't shock me one bit. You know, it's a wealthy school too. Obviously, it's one of the most notable basketball programs in the country. So yeah, I think that it's well earned, well deserved. I think it was a good move.
I mean, he's been a good coach. Historically, he's been a good coach. Yeah. I mean, so this all makes total sense. All right, move down the line a little bit. Next headline here, we're talking about Chris Middleton. 3-time All-Star Chris Middleton has declined his $40 million player option. By the way, Paul, have you noticed these player options are huge money?
Oh, yeah. They're absolutely huge money. And play for teams that don't want these guys to opt out, they're going to give them huge player options to make it more enticing to opt into them. This one I thought was interesting because I'm not sure if Chris Middleton will get $40 million on the market from another team right now. So the fact that he opted out of that, I assumed he would have opted in because I don't think he's getting anything close to that. But I also thought that Draymond was going to opt in.
I mean, unless he's looking for stability, but he's been around. Middleton's been around enough. I mean, he won a title with Giannis in Milwaukee. I think he's going to go back to Milwaukee. That's just my hunch.
I think he'll go back to Milwaukee, and maybe they have like some type of under the table agreement that he'll take a little less money or something to come back, so they can spend on more guys to try to stay competitive. That could be the case. If he was trying to leave altogether, I think it would be interesting. It'd be tough to see another team give him like 40+ million.
I don't see him as another fit. That's the weird thing. Like, I don't know. Do you see him fitting somewhere else?
I think it depends on the situation. There's a few teams that I think he probably could fit on. If you were to take, I mean, like the Lakers could be a decent fit. The Suns definitely wouldn't, but knowing some of that, the Sixers could be a decent fit if they wanted to bring in that kind of contract. I would not say the Nets because the Nets have way too many wings on their team already, so that's the opposite of what they need. I like teams like that. I think there's probably a handful that could use him. I don't think any of them can afford or want to give him $40 million, though. If you were to go to the Sixers, he'd have to take a lot less. If you were to go to the Lakers, he'd have to take a lot less. So it's interesting. I really don't know.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised he opted out of $4 million. We just saw Porzingis opt into the $36 million on the trade to the Celtics, which we kind of covered, and I'm sure you'll cover on Monday or Tuesday, depending when the show drops on 3 and D.
Absolutely.
Let's hit the last headline, though, right before the draft starts, because this is right on top of the draft that we're about to cover the 2 rounds. So, per Shams, Pelicans received a meeting in recent days with Scoot Henderson. This just dropped about, what would you say, about 15, 20 minutes ago, Tom?
Yeah.
So, New Orleans has pursued a top 2 to 3 pick in the draft, but both Charlotte and Portland have no interest. Now, to my opinion, and what I'm seeing, this is basically them saying Zion is damaged goods.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think that he's not worth the 2nd or 3rd pick is pretty much what they're saying. They'd rather risk it with getting Scoot Henderson or getting Brandon Miller, one of these guys. And I think that's probably the right move for those kind of franchises too, because like as of right now, this is the worst time for Zion to be on the market too. It's because he's so injury prone and you don't know about his future, all that kind of stuff. So I'm not surprised at all.
It's like what I said on ETB. His trade value is already at 0, and then given the drama that's happened over the past couple of weeks with porn star Mariah Mills, his trade value right now is at negative 5,000. You would basically have to pay a team to take him on.
It also doesn't help that she basically said, you know what? Hey, Pelicans on Twitter, trade him. Like, because that was going to help his value. I mean, by the way, from people who didn't follow that story either, she got suspended from Twitter because she threatened to put out sex tapes with Zion in it on Twitter. So she basically killed everything that was, quite literally killed everything.
I'm still trying to wrap my head around that story. It's been 3 weeks old at this point.
Oh, and it's not over. Trust me, it's not over. There's going to be more to that story. Now, obviously, Elon finally did the correct thing and finally blocked her, so she couldn't share those videos. But
then she goes to YouTube and tells Stephen A, don't believe anything you hear. We're good.
Oh, Paul, do you know about that or no?
No, I don't.
So Mariah Mills was in Stephen A's YouTube because he does a live podcast 3 days a week on YouTube.
Oh, yeah. I knew about that.
She was in the chat commenting, saying, what was it? Essentially, don't comment about my situation.
Don't believe the narratives. We're good.
Oh my God, that is crazy.
That's so ridiculous.
It's insane.
So, long story short, we don't think that this thing is going to happen, Paul. Right? Like this is not.
No, I think at this point it would have happened already.
I think there's a better chance. Dame Lillard, despite all the headlines of he's not going anywhere, I think there's a better chance he goes over Zion in a trade tonight.
Yeah, Dame's not going anywhere. Not at all.
But that's my point. I don't see anybody going after Zion's services right now unless they're acting in a very desperate manner. I know you mentioned Detroit on our episode, Nick.
Well, Detroit is a little desperate for everything. Including a coach, Monty Williams, they paid $100 million to over 8 years. So that my assumption was if you're going to spend $100 million on a coach, you're going to spend money on guys to bring them in. So,
oh, look who it is!
Oh no, it's an Adam Silver slip up.
It is.
Adam Silver's here.
Oh, good God, can't wait.
Franchise win its very first NBA title.
Oh man.
In the city of
I didn't even see you put that up.
And whether it's the number 7 pick,
I'll be right back, guys.
Okay.
From Kitchen.
Oh man. Okay. He went down there. Okay. But no, this is going to be an interesting watch to say the least.
I don't know what he's saying, and I don't think I want to pay attention to what he's saying because I look at him. And I look at him at that podium, and it's like the adults in Charlie Brown. Womp, 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 womp.
Oh, wait, are we getting the first? Well, we already know what the first pick is anyway.
You say that like the first round pick. The first pick is going to be a surprise.
No, I didn't know what he was. Is that what he's doing?
No, he's just introducing everything.
Oh man!
Oh, he's introducing some kids,
some people,
from some organization.
I mean, you can pretty much get that banner up because we already know what the first pick is going to be. So,
All right, the San Antonio Spurs are officially.
Are they really going to sit on the clock? Is that really what's going to happen here?
How much do you think it's ESPN saying, give us a couple of minutes?
Oh, that's so ridiculous. We know who the pick is already. Come on.
I mean, shall I bring up this ticker here of Paul's best available?
You can. That's a new feature we have this year because of Paul.
But I mean, it's right there.
I mean, and by the way, I'm torturing myself again on social media following Woj and Shams. There's Paul. He's back. Paul, you can unmute yourself. I can't unmute you, but well, there you go.
Good.
Yeah.
We just introduced your best available banner.
Perfect. Thank you, guys. Yep,
Yeah.
I'll be updating that all throughout the night. I went to grab my AirPods.
Yeah.
And they're dead, so I'll charge them real quick.
Okay. Yeah, but we already know what the pick is. Why are we sitting on the clock? This is so ridiculous, if you ask me.
We are on the clock. I know, and they'll take the entire time too.
Yeah. I think in honor of Victor Wembanyama, instead of talking about him for the longest time, we should just play the French national anthem until Silver gets back on the
I mean, there's so many things I could play for Adam Silver right about now, but we'll save that for later on.
The pick is in.
Wow! Yay! Good job. I wonder if Shams and Woj will waste a tweet on it.
I just wonder if we're gonna get them, not dropping, not trying to cut off the teams by not saying they're selecting somebody, but they're thinking about selecting.
Oh, wait! I just remembered. Woj said he's not tipping the picks.
I know.
Good.
But I wonder if Shams is gonna say,
"Oh, Shams
they're thinking about taking."
Oh, Shams a ball buster. He tips everything. He'll tip NFL news if you give it to him.
Yep.
He actually has done that before, which makes no sense.
I know.
I've seen just random like reports that just come from Shams. I forgot he did something. He broke some NFL news recently for no reason.
Yeah, I don't know how he gets it unless he's talking to people.
He's the kind of individual who, like, if you throw a basketball in his direction, he will basically tip it back.
Yeah, that sounds about right. But you know what, Tom? This is the first time I would say you can already say the pick is in, and you can put the name up if you want, because we already know the pick.
Oh yeah, this is as much of a given as possible.
Thank you. Yeah.
There.
Well, Paul, you want to give us some info about Wembanyama since we're waiting here?
Yeah, so he's different, like everybody knows. He's a point guard who's 7'4". He does just about everything. He can shoot, tremendous defender, great blocker, great on the pick and roll, all that kind of stuff. He's fantastic with, and that's why he's literally become a generational talent. Is because he kind of like when Porzingis first entered the league and they called him a unicorn. This is like him times 3 or 4, I would say. Like he's able to, the game just comes smoothly. He's a freak athlete. Obviously he's very thin and big at 7'4". So the question is going to be like around his health. Be interesting to see if he ever has injury issues. Hopefully he doesn't, but he's got all the makings to literally dominate the NBA because he plays the game the way that the NBA is played now too. The big man who shoots threes, who can score off the dribble, who's a great defender in the paint and on ball. He's just a stud. And watching any clips of him from overseas, you can see that and how he dominated the game. So you just expect that he's going to be doing the same thing.
Yeah, ball dominant guy. As you said, I think you said 7'4", big guy. I would say, even though I think Wembanyama is definitely skinnier, but him and Jokic have similar games. They can shoot the long ball. They can play the paint. I would say Wembanyama is a more aggressive in the paint type of guy than Jokic is. Jokic can play more from the elbow and out.
Yeah.
But their games are very similar. They both can shoot from range and they can play D. They can block shots.
Yep. No, exactly. Wembanyama is like a more athletic version of Jokic, basically.
Which is scary, by the way.
Which is insane, yeah, because Jokic is the best player in the league right now. And I mean, I think everybody would agree. Jokic isn't a tremendous athlete. Like he's not quick. He can't jump. He's he comes across as a little bit overweight. He doesn't look like he should be as good as he is, but he's amazing. And that's how Larry Bird was too, though. I mean, Larry Bird wasn't like a high flyer or freak athlete or anything like that. He was just a smart player.
I mean, think of Shaq. I mean, people complained about Shaq's weight. Can you imagine if Shaq didn't eat 2 Big Macs a day when he played in the NBA? If how many more titles he probably would have if he was a freak athlete? That Lakers team would have been like a legendary dynasty, not just a dynasty, but he probably would have won another 2 titles, maybe, if he was in better shape and cared.
Yeah. It's true. As long as he and Kobe were to figure it out. Here we go.
Oh, finally.
Oh, it's time to hear history.
With the first pick in the 2023 NBA draft, the San Antonio Spurs select Victor Wembanyama.
Well, isn't that the pick of the obvious?
Shocker there. All right.
So best pick in the NBA draft off the board.
Not surprising at all.
No, not at all.
I mean, I don't know what else I can add in other than, like you kind of alluded to before, Nick, most hyped prospect in the NBA since LeBron James. Perfect place for him. A tremendous place to start his career in San Antonio under a legendary figure like Greg Popovich. And likewise for the Spurs. I mean, you think about how they have fallen, that they made the playoffs over and over and over again. And then last couple of years have been a little bit misery, all topped off by their 28-55, whatever it was, record this year. And now, I mean, Victor Wembanyama, he's not going to be, I don't know if he could be the answer, but he's definitely going to help make that turnaround, back to being perennial contenders, be an easier path for San Antonio.
I mean, they'll definitely be more of a contender. They still have a lot of work to do, the Spurs, to really pick that team back up. But I think, like I said to both of you, I think Greg Popovich is now going to get another 3-4 years out of coaching because of Wembanyama. He wants to coach him so bad in a lot of ways. I don't know. I mean, Paul, what is their team now? Because they don't have very many pieces, right?
They don't have many pieces at all. I mean, they got Jeremy Sohan and Malachi Branham was their top draft picks last year, who was decent. Sohan made an all-rookie team. They also have Keldon Johnson, too, who they extended, who's got a piece to build around, but they're still a raw team, and they don't have a ton. Trey Jones they have as well, who's become like their starting point guard, but they're in the beginning stages of their rebuild. This is just going to be able to propel them a lot further than they would have, before.
Well, now it's interesting to see what's going to happen with these 2 picks. Are we going to get sneaky breaking news here at all with the Zion trade? As Charlotte's on the clock now, will we see a last-minute trade? That would make everyone's day. Oh, boy. I mean, we're not going to see a trade, Paul, right? Can we pretty much put that to bed probably at this point?
No, I think sorry to interrupt. No, I think it's Scoot's getting picked here.
You think so, Paul?
Yeah, I don't think we're going to get like a crazy trade. I feel like Scoot's probably going to go here, and that's probably going to be it.
I mean, even Shams didn't tweet anything. I wonder if they were both told, no tweeting, no putting out any pics.
Yeah, honestly, probably did.
Yeah, Shams being quiet. I don't like that. I don't like when he's quiet.
Tell me what this emotion. Tell me about these tears.
You know why he's not tweeting? Because he's part of the draft coverage for Stadium.
Hearing that sentence from I'm so
Was that
glad
him
you
speaking now?
did
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
so much. I gotta cry.
Eve, Oscar, Victor's siblings, there were tears for you guys. What has it been like watching your brother in this pursuit?
That's amazing. We are so proud. We're very happy for you. We are happy for the family, for the friends, for everything, for the basketball. That's so amazing. Yeah, I knew that I was gonna have tears because every time I thought about the sentence, like with the first pick and everything, I got this little tears in my eyes, and I knew that I wasn't gonna let them in my eyes. And that's crazy, bro.
Victor, I do have to ask you though. You have been labeled generational talent. So many people are thrilled about your potential in the NBA.
I hate when people say that.
You don't feel pressure because it's
Yeah, about your potential in the NBA.
Yes.
On this league.
No kidding.
It's like, okay, yeah, he's gonna be good.
It's tough, man. It's tough to win this
We all would hope so. Being the first
Take us
pick.
in.
Already?
Take us
Take us in.
All right,
There we
well, that
go.
eliminates one pick.
Now it gets interesting. Now it's gonna be the fun part.
I think it's going to be Miller. I think.
I think it's gonna be Scoot.
It probably will be. I think it's gonna be Scoot too. That's who I had in my.
It'll
on
be
my mock
it'll be
draft.
it'll be interesting if Scoot is still there. That means the trade could still be out there. We don't know it if Scoot doesn't get
True.
picked.
It's true. But I mean, it's like it's so weird that how much back and forth they've done with the choosing these draft picks and choosing who they were going to draft at number 2. It's crazy.
It's true.
The Spurs mascot has a Wembanyama jersey on.
Of course, because why not? You realize he's going to be like the biggest athlete now in Texas.
Yeah.
Jeez, he's still talking?
No, this is at the San Antonio draft party.
Oy. Yeah, this is weird not having Woj or Shams like breaking any news.
I know.
Well, somebody is breaking them because I'm getting them from the Sleeper app.
Wait, really?
Somebody just. I gotta see who. I don't want to see who it was, but who's breaking?
Interesting.
Who's doing it? It's. Hold on.
There's only one other guy I could think who could be doing it. It's Haynes, who worked for TNT.
According to this is Shams. This is
Wait, what?
Shams according to this.
Oh wow! I turned off Sham's notifications so I won't be fooled.
I want to go to his Twitter. I want to see if he's.
Oh wait, he just. Well, no, he didn't break it. He just said that it's either going to be Henderson or Miller. He didn't break it though.
Nope,
Yeah.
I have it. He broke it. He broke it.
Oh man!
He didn't tweet it though.
I see it 3 minutes ago.
Hold on.
Well,
Here we go.
Here.
Gonna hear us.
With the second pick in the 2023 NBA draft, the Charlotte Hornets select Brandon Miller.
They
I
did
told
go
you.
Brandon Miller.
What did I
They
tell
went
you?
Brandon Miller.
I told you, because that means the trade is still out there. I'm telling you, they're probably working on it behind the scenes right now.
That's crazy.
This is gonna get really interesting now.
This is crazy.
Is this finally the moment?
I'm telling you. I'm telling you, they must be scrounging behind the scene trying to get this deal done.
Something's going up in Portland right now.
That
I
would
would say
just
so.
if this were to happen, this would be crazy.
I don't know. My gut was telling me that they were going to take Miller. They were high on Miller too.
They were. Well, I mean, it kept going back and forth all day and week. It was like they were high on Miller, then it was like, oh, Scoot impressed them, and so on and so forth. But
Hey, Paul, can you just lower that a drop more? I just want to be careful with the YouTube stuff. You can keep the volume up, but just lower it a little bit.
gotcha.
Thank you. Okay. But yeah, I think a trade is coming. That's something my gut is telling me that. Because Paul, we talked about it. Tom, you and I talked about it. They're desperate. They want that pick bad. The Pelicans.
I know. True.
I just find it bizarre that well, I wonder if they put Shams on live coverage on purpose with Stadium so he couldn't break any picks.
Probably somebody probably told them that they can't break or like to keep all the breaking news and stuff down because I'm a little surprised.
But come on, that's the fun part.
I know.
Yeah, so I mean, if there's no trade, Scoot Henderson's got to be the next pick. Has to be.
Yeah, I would think so. Doesn't have Portland's clock? Yeah, Portland's clock's not even going.
Portland's clock hasn't even started yet, according to this.
Shams just broke it.
It's a deal.
No deal.
No deal. Portland to Scoot to Portland.
Yeah, Scoot to Portland.
Yeah. Not a surprise.
That's not a surprise. But you know what? The Pelicans, they had no value for Zion. That's what happened.
Like I said, who even wants Zion at this point? I don't.
The Pelicans don't want Zion. That's how bad it is right now.
And Paul, I don't know if this, me being a more casual NBA fan, when I told Nick on our most recent episode today, I feel like the Knicks right now are just counting their lucky stars. Like when we were moaning about, oh, we just lost out on him, instead get RJ Barrett. No, I think the Knicks came away the winners in that lottery.
Yeah, absolutely. I know it's crazy that like for the first couple of years we were like, okay, we got the third option, and now it's like the other two are just playing themselves out of the league. RJ's starting to come away as possibly the top guy.
It's funny how those big names work out from time to time. Some do, some don't. I mean, Zion's turned into a bust. I hate saying that, but he kind of has.
Well, Sleeper has been doing this thing like all day. The Sleeper app about the best number one picks of all time, the worst number one picks of all time, the best number twos, the best second round picks. It's amazing.
Yeah. They provide a lot of content, especially during the NBA draft. Like a lot of those like redrafts. Right there, they're sometimes interesting to watch.
Jeez, ESPN does so much talking in between picks. It's like obnoxious.
Once the first round ends, it's like much quicker. But the first like 20, 25 picks is always like they always have an interview in between and everything. And it takes too long.
It takes too freaking long. My God.
I mean, it's the same thing for the NFL draft, too. They give them like 10 minutes for each pick. Like the first round takes forever. But they do that on purpose, so they do the first round an entire day.
Well, ESPN wants the commercial money. Yeah. Or they want they got to make money somehow. With all those layoffs they're about to have again.
There's got to be a reason for it.
Adrian Wojnarowski just tweeted, all along, the entire Charlotte Hornets organization has been all in on Brandon Miller. Ownership, front office, scouts, coaches, they see him as a perennial future all-star player. That he just tweeted that.
Interesting. Pair him with LaMelo.
That's going to be an interesting duo, to say the least. If LaMelo can actually not be hurt.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, God. How many times am I going to see the Windhorse?
So what does that mean?
God, Windhorst. All right, who's on? Oh, they didn't even put the pick out yet, did they? Even though we already know.
No, I'm like waiting to give the banner. I'm just waiting.
And even when you're talking about you put Scoot next to David.
All right, here's
Let's check and make sure.
Here's Mr. AS himself. AS.
Here we go.
With the third pick in the 2023 NBA draft, the Portland Trailblazers select Scoot Henderson from Marietta, Georgia, in the NBA G League's team.
They got so many guards, though, is the only thing. Like Anthony Simons, too. They got Damian Lillard. They'll have to move somebody.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many guards in this draft this year. It's kind of insane. It's like
Yeah.
it's an embarrassing surplus of guards.
It is.
All right, who's on the clock? Houston on the clock at 4. Let's just say Houston needs a lot of help.
Yeah, Houston could use just about anything. I've got them going Jarris Walker here. Power forward from Houston.
It's like that one. It's like how sometimes in the NFL draft, it's like team needs everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, Houston's kind of screwed, actually.
That's happened a couple times with the Knicks too. Team needs everything.
By the
Jalen
way,
Rose is giving that to us.
By the way, also Scoot Henderson, for most people who didn't know, was in the NBA G League Ignite League. So he was technically So what does that mean? He wasn't in college, right? He basically just went into the G League and played.
Yes. So he played a year in the G League rather than playing a year in college and being a one and done. They've been doing that over the last couple of years. They introduced it. Jalen Green was another one that did that. And basically, you're just playing against G League talent instead of playing in the college circle, which debatably, honestly, I'm not too sure is a better choice. I think that if Scoot Henderson were to have played in college, I think that he could have made an even bigger name for himself. But third overall pick's not a bad name. So.
By the way, that outfit is a fashion statement right there.
Absolutely.
The amount of that looked like real crystals on that jacket.
I wouldn't be surprised if they were.
Probably are. I think he's got a grill too.
Oh God.
I saw that on Instagram before.
Oh. I mean,
man, I just spoiled the pick for myself.
Who was it this time?
It's probably Shams again.
Well,
it was Shams.
It was actually Jeff Goodman retweeted somebody.
I see the Shams pick.
Yeah, it's Shams.
Yeah. Well, it's not Jarris Walker.
Surprise?
I thought that they would go big man, but you can't. I mean, this guy, for whoever's watching, will I won't say the name, but this guy could fit in well with them. I mean, he's really good athlete, and he's an intriguing prospect too. Him, I almost said something that would have gave it away, but I'm just leave it at that.
Team needs starting point guard, player development.
Wow. Way to massively leave that one wide open right there.
In other words, everything. You need to develop your players. You need better players. You need better coaches. You need better everything. Oh, wait a minute. Isn't their new coach
Ime Udoka?
Udoka, yeah. Yeah, you certainly do need a better coach.
Well, isn't it true, Paul, that he brought over 3 of his assistants from Boston to Houston?
Yep.
He did, yeah. Yeah, he's trying to take his entire staff, which is interesting.
Wait a minute. What does he think? He's Jason Kidd when he left from the Nets trying to go to Milwaukee, including trading his own players to Milwaukee?
Yeah, that was interesting. Well, remember, he got traded to the Bucks. As a
coach, right?
As a head coach, yeah. You occasionally see that. You almost never see that nowadays. But I remember that was the one Jason Kidd was part of a trade.
That was bizarre, trading a coach.
I know. That used to be a common thing that you see in baseball and basketball and stuff back in the 60s. But nowadays, guys just leave and go get hired wherever they want. So you don't really see it that often. But every once in a while, it does happen.
Oh man!
We're still gonna be working, and nothing changed.
Congratulations!
Thank you so much.
Monica, thank you. This is the third time in the modern draft era that 2 of the first 3.
Jeez, there are gambling companies that allowed you to bet on when guys were picked. That's insane.
Yep.
Oh yeah. I think FanDuel did it.
Nick, can I just say about our betting culture? you know, I mean, there were books that allowed you to bet on the end results of the Titanic ship submarine about if
That's ridiculous.
That's actually. I shouldn't laugh, but that's ridiculous.
No, but you know what, Paul? I know why you're laughing because it's so stupid that they would do that.
That doesn't. I mean, that's crazy. It doesn't surprise me completely, though. I'm not the end results to it. My God, that is insane. I wonder who actually placed a bet on that. I'd love to know. I'd love to like listen.
I feel bad for the people who bet on that.
We are cultivating a culture of degenerate gamblers.
Well, that's not a surprise. Look at all the shows. Look at all the content that these networks, DraftKings, FanDuel, they all have their own networks now.
No.
Hey, DraftKings, FanDuel, if you'd like to sponsor us, we're
right here. Here. We wouldn't have to work another job again.
No.
I love when they do that on ESPN too. They're like, oh, these guys came from poverty and now they're in the NBA and they're going to make millions of dollars.
Well, they do that with the NFL too.
They do it so badly with the NFL. If anybody has like a tough upbringing, they go into full detail about it, and they're just like, now you got $1 million at your fingertips. Like, what are you going to do with the money?
His father walked out when he was 2 years old.
Not just
His
$1 million.
Mother died when he was 11.
Not just $1 million, multiple millions. I mean, like,
multiple millions.
It's kind of funny, actually. The money these guys get. It's literally like hitting the lottery when you're in the draft.
Here we go.
I mean, I saw the pick too.
Yeah, I already saw it
Here
too.
it is.
I'm gonna try not to blow any more picks for myself.
The fourth pick in the 2023 NBA draft, the Houston Rockets select
Amen Thompson.
That's kind of a surprise, actually, if you ask me.
Yeah, he is a point guard, and they do need a pure point guard because Kevin Porter Jr. runs the point for them, and he's really more of a two guard. Same with Jalen Green. So I thought they were going to go with big man, though. That's why I had Jarris Walker going here. I thought they could use a big man.
Houston has a great history of big men too. I mean, I'm surprised they didn't go back down that route, to be honest.
The Rockets are going to become a very religious team because of the amount of times they're going to say Amen.
Oh God.
That's gonna be like the next big thing.
Just wait, James Harden back in a Houston Rockets uniform, and they're just gonna be like, "All right, amen, James Harden." Just
another playmaker and a good passer, and he finishes at a 74% rate at the
all right, who we got on the clock? Detroit.
First, they're not even starting Detroit's clock yet because they got to do the interview first.
They should just start the clocks as soon as the pick is announced. God forbid. I mean, I think for the Pistons, you literally have to say everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pistons could use just about anything. They also were like the biggest losers in the draft lottery too. They had a shot at the number one pick. They had the same percentage chance that the Spurs did, and they ended up falling to the fifth pick.
Yeah, see, and Paul, I don't know what you think about this. I hate that they do like percentage or amount of lottery balls. If you're the worst team in the NBA, you should be the first overall pick.
No, yeah, I know. I'm not completely opposed to the lottery just because like it does keep some teams from tanking. Like the way that football does it, I think is like you're rewarding teams for just consistently being terrible.
I was just gonna say, sorry, Paul. I was just gonna say that's funny coming from the same person who, when the Jets won the couple of games, advocated for a lottery in the NFL.
First of all, two different leagues, two different situations. Okay, the NFL, if you tank, that's on you. And in the NBA, they're incentivizing the tank because they don't do anything. In the NFL, if you tank, you're screwed for a couple of years if you do it.
Even though they're trying to prevent it by making these rules for load management.
Give me a break. And Paul, I'm sure you laughed at this like I did, where, oh, God forbid we don't play 65 games, then I can't win a postseason award or a regular season award. Ooh.
I know.
You really think the players are afraid of that?
Yeah, not at all. Like most of them couldn't care less.
All they care about is that twice a month when their checks hit their banking account, that's all they care about.
Exactly.
Oh, hang on. I wasn't even ready for that.
Yeah.
Oh. I forgot to set the loop off.
That was accurate.
Pick is in.
And the pick got spoiled for me again. Great.
Yeah, I'm not checking my phone. I'm not going to spoil it for myself.
Troy, you have had a vision for both of your sons. As they enter this next chapter as pros, what is the vision that you see moving forward?
Well, the vision now is to become leaders on their team. Obviously, be at least first team on the rookie and maybe compete for rookie of the year. We got big ambitions.
What do you think about those ambitions, Amanda?
I think we can go bigger. I think just try to be great.
Well, congratulations. I know we're watching and waiting, hopefully, for your brother's name to be called, but congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Mike. And there's his brother. I think what's really remarkable, these guys have sort of set the blueprint here. Time elite athletes, and here they are growing up together. But if you look at the first four picks tonight, we got Victor Wembanyama, a European professional. We got Brandon Miller, a college player. We got Scoot Henderson, a G League player, and now two guys.
Really? They're talking about how the picks are all from different places?
Well, they need talking points.
Both these guys, as they
Takes forever in between each pick.
Team need from Bobby Marks are wing def and oh, hang on, I gotta rewind. Thank God
Why?
for
What
DVR.
happened?
No, I was trying to see what they were saying about the team. Bobby Marks team needs wing def and a healthy Cade Cunningham.
Yeah, good luck with that.
How is a healthy Cade? How are you gonna answer for that in the draft, my friend?
You're not.
They have a very strong backcourt for the future. And Cade Cunningham, assuming he's healthy this year, and Jaden Ivey, who was really good, particularly towards the end of the year. Jalen Duren is another young player that they have. I think they go with the forward.
Certainly not new to having high picks in these recent drafts.
This is the one thing I wish they would fix. Just less time between picks.
Exactly. All right, let's see it.
With the fifth pick in the 2023 NBA Draft, the Detroit Pistons select Asar Thompson.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Brothers! Both twins were drafted one after another.
That's pretty crazy. I think I had Amen going to the Pistons.
That's crazy. Have we ever had that happen before?
Brothers going back, I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think we got it first.
The first time in NBA history?
Gotta be. There hasn't been too many twins that have played in the NBA.
I can't even think of any.
I know.
Asar Thompson, by the way, was in the
Morris brothers. That's the only one I can.
Oh yeah, the Morris brothers. That's right. Let's see. How many twins have been drafted in the NBA?
Certainly can't be any that were back to back like Amen and Azar.
Yeah. I don't think there's been any that have been back to back.
I'm just looking for draft. Dick and Tom Van Arsdale. Horace and Harvey Grant.
Oh yeah, Horace and Harvey Grant.
Jason and Jared Collins. Brooke and Robin Lopez.
Yep, yeah, there we go. That's another one.
Morgasen and Markeith. And that looks like it. But I think this is the first time they've ever been drafted back to back, though.
Yeah, has to be.
Yeah. Yeah, the Lopez twins and the Morris twins are the only two I could think of like in our lifetime.
I don't know. I think, in my opinion, I think the Lopez twins were probably the best out of that group. I feel like, in my opinion,
Maybe the
Probably.
Morris twins or the Lopez's, one of those two. Magic now officially on the clock.
yeah, this team needs a lot of help. A lot of help.
And Walker's still there.
Walker's still there.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised by that, actually.
I was a lot higher on Jarris Walker than most were. A lot of others had him like falling later on in the lottery. I just thought he'd be a good fit for the Rockets at number 4, but
They really need a big man, like you said.
yeah. Maybe they'll sign one now to team up with Shane Goon.
And pick leak. Great. Thanks, Shams.
Yeah, I'm doing great. I'm doing great now because I turned off Sham's notifications.
I want to know who's leaking them to him.
They always get like the inside scoop. I don't know if they're like. I wonder where it comes from. Somebody backstage like has to like be seeing who they're picking.
Well, or it might be their war rooms. Like he has
Yeah.
sources inside all their war rooms, probably.
Probably. Orlando. Well, they were going to look for a guard too, so at least I thought they were going to. Maybe Anthony Black goes here.
It would be a good fit.
Would be a pretty solid fit. Because they're looking at possibly trade Cole Anthony and Jalen Suggs.
That team is so messed up right now. The Magic.
It's crazy. They have so many young players. And some of them are good. I mean, Jalen Suggs just hasn't, like, he's been injured a bit, but...
They the ones with Jonathan Isaac or no?
Yeah, they have Jonathan Isaac.
Is he the one that made all those headlines or no?
He made headlines because he...
Pick is in.
Because he didn't kneel during the bubble.
Oh, is that what it was? I thought like he either didn't get the COVID shot. One of the Orlando players didn't get it.
Yeah. That was another thing too. I think he didn't get the COVID shot.
Oh, we have some commentary from one of our favorite ship posters, Nick.
Oh no. Oh.
Tree.
Oh, good. I like Tree.
I know. He says the Charlotte Hornets figured the best way to deal with endless off-court controversies is to draft another player that's dealt with an off-court controversy. Brandon Miller.
Oh, right. Brandon Miller. Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
2023 NBA draft. The Orlando Magic select Anthony Black.
There you go. Anthony Black.
The problem is he's probably being like, oh no, I'm stuck in Orlando.
So they got their point guard. They're definitely going to try to trade Cole Anthony and Jalen Suggs now. It's like there's no room for them.
Yeah, but who wants anybody from Orlando? That's the problem.
I mean, Cole Anthony hasn't been bad though. There should be some teams that are interested in him.
And once again, no Walker. Dropping.
Jarris Walker, man.
I'm curious now. He's fallen to number 7. You know, I mean, when somebody like this constantly falls, Nick, you know what we begin to ask ourselves. What do they know that we don't?
Injuries, controversies, something that we don't know about. It's usually what it is. I don't know. I don't remember hearing anything about him at all.
No. I mean, some saw him as a late lottery pick. I had him a little higher just because I thought that he'd be a good fit with the Rockets, but it's not too much of a shock.
Yeah. All right, who we got now?
We've got the Indiana Pacers on the clock. One of their several picks tonight.
Okay,
Yeah, they
then.
have a bunch. Anthony Black's really good. He's a big.
He's gonna be a
point
good player for them if they can actually
Yeah.
develop players and put a team on the court.
They got Banchero, who they're going to build around. I think Anthony Black's another good piece to add to that.
Plays very well in transition. He's an excellent defender, and he takes pride on the defensive end. I would call him a lockdown defender, but he's on the ball, off the ball, very versatile on the defensive end, averages over 2 steals per game.
Hey, they might actually need someone with defense.
Anthony, your hat fits over your beautiful full hair
Oh God, really?
in this moment.
I mean, I'm just super excited. You know, I'm here saying the moment.
And the 7th pick is in.
So I'm super happy we're out here saying the moment, and I'm super excited.
Is it? It's still on the clock for me.
I see it.
You've watched the amount of time that your son has poured into his craft to get to this moment. As you send him off to start his professional journey, what are the Orlando Magic getting in him?
They're getting a great human, a leader, phenomenal basketball player, a winner, someone who's going to make everyone around him better, someone who's going to make the culture of the team great. They're getting.
Oh, now the pick is in.
You have
Yeah.
been praised, Anthony, as one of the most versatile two-way players in this draft. Tell me about the pride you take in that sort of player.
No trades yet either.
I don't know. No
That's
trades
the
or
other
anything.
thing. I've been waiting for a trade to drop, but still waiting for that shoe to drop.
I mean, do you think maybe Zion, Pelicans and Zion, maybe they get a trade like in the 2nd round? That would be insane.
If the Pelicans Zion, that'd be something.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
What?
Trade alert. Trade alert.
Wait, what? Where do you see that?
Just dropped. Per Sham. Here is, if this is going to be a twofer, we're going to do an early spoiler for a pick. I mean,
Okay.
if that's okay. Or
Yeah.
should I just name the team?
Wait, hold on. Let me find it.
Because Indiana is going to select, but they're going to select and then trade him.
Who are they doing trade him to? This
Okay.
player.
This Indiana is selecting this player at number 7 and trading him to the Washington Wizards.
The Wizards, okay?
Not like the Wizards have done enough already in the last couple days.
So the Wizards are trading up for this pick.
They're trading
Yes.
up for the pick, yeah.
So they're moving up one spot because they were going to choose at 8, I guess.
But we don't have the official trade details.
Wait.
In the 2023 NBA draft, the Indiana Pacers select Bilal Coulibaly.
Coulibaly. They traded up a pick to get Coulibaly. He's going to the Wizards.
Yes. So for those out there, here's basically what we know. They just announced that it is the Indiana Pacers who have selected. They technically have selected, but it is not going to be Coulibaly is not going to be a Pacer. He is going to be a Wizard.
They don't have the trade info out yet, though, which is kind of weird.
Yeah. That always takes like a little while.
I don't know. In the NFL, when they do it, they usually have the trade info right away.
Yeah, I don't know why it does take longer in the NBA for whatever reason.
What's his position?
Coulibaly is a small forward.
Small forward. Okay, thank you.
Gotcha.
All right, so I'm going to leave it as this. So Indiana technically has selected. They're listed as pick is in on the NBA draft broadcast on ESPN and ABC, but he is being traded to the Washington Wizards, so he will be a Washington Wizard. Now comes the thing, though, is that technically the Wizards aren't supposed to be on the clock here. So does that
But they're not going to be. So they're going to
That-
flip flop.
that would mean
Yeah, so I'm
Indiana
guessing-
should be on the
Oh
clock.
wait,
Yeah,
I have the info.
Okay.
Indiana's selecting. I don't want to give the pick away. I almost gave the pick away. So they have the pick at number 8 via the Wizards. 7 for 8 flip. Washington also sends 2 second-round picks to the Pacers.
Is one
So-
of them tonight's?
It just says 2 second-round picks. I'm assuming it's tonight.
So they trade 2 second-round picks to ensure that they got Coulibaly because they must have been like terrified that the Pacers were going to take him right before them because they moved up one spot. I mean, it's not even like they moved up a lot.
I never understand when someone moves up one pick and gives up 2 picks just to get up one. That's kind of insane.
They must just be the Wizards must be really, really high on Koulibaly, and they must have thought that the Pacers were definitely going to take him at 7.
That's a lot of draft capital to trade for one guy, though.
No, it is. It's crazy. This guy flew up draft boards too. He wasn't really like too big of a prospect up until like the last couple of months.
I hadn't heard much about him either. I mean, I heard the name, but I haven't heard much.
He played on the same team as Wembanyama.
That makes sense.
They both played together. It's good. He's a good player. Lengthy forward.
When you think about your opportunity now in the NBA, what is going to be the key to make sure that your game continues to progress so that you can be an impact player?
Now Woj tweets for the first time. Okay, so that blew it for me. I forgot to
I just saw that. I just saw that too.
Okay.
So,
the pick is now in.
Yeah.
Again, it says on the broadcast Washington, but we know that's gonna.
It's the Pacers.
That's gonna be changing very soon.
Yeah. This pick is going to go to the Pacers. This is a good guy for them.
Yeah, it is. I just saw who it is too. Yeah.
Pacers are trading back one with the Washington Wizards.
Okay, there's Woj to officially announce it.
Selected for the Wizards. There's certainly be a package coming back to Indiana, but they've been targeting Jarvis Walker of the University of Houston. But they'll be picking here.
Don't be surprised.
They'll be picking for the Pacers here.
But what has been a big week overall for Washington? Of course, I'm talking about the trade of Kristaps.
Yeah, I mean, how much more is Washington going to do? It's been insane what they've done the last 48 hours.
Well, Washington is cleared out. It's not that they brought pieces in. They're basically knocking it all down.
Oh yeah,
I know, but I understand that. But it's like, how much more can you knock it down?
And they've honestly done smartly too, because they acquire like a ton of assets, so they'll be able to try to rebuild quickly.
You know which team I look at? Think Utah right now with the amount of assets they acquired. Yeah. Look at Utah now. That's what Washington is doing. They're acquiring picks up the wazoo. They're doing everything they can to. It's unreal.
No, it honestly is.
Second round pick. So Michael Winger reshaping this Wizards roster, including a move up here on the board to take Victor Wembanyama's French teammate Koulibaly.
Woj, thank you so much. I do want to get to talk JJ just a little bit on this trade that sends Chris Paul to the Golden State Warriors.
They're doing that now?
Because Washington's pick is in. Of course, we know that it's headed to the Indiana.
Here comes Washington's pick. Pacers pick.
With the 8th pick in the 2023 NBA Draft, the Washington Wizards select Jarvis Walker.
There you go.
There's my guy.
Yeah.
Had him ranked a little too high, but it's okay.
I mean, you weren't that far off.
No, off by 4 picks. It's not terrible.
I mean, when you look at the board so far, does it look pretty normal for the most part, or no?
Oh, absolutely. There hasn't been that many surprises. This has been relatively what people expected. Like, definitely could have saw the Thompson brothers both go like back and forth. Some people were predicting that to happen.
By the way, since we were talking about the Wizards, did you see the scoop though? That happened. That apparently a Qatari wealth fund is buying into the Wizards and the Capitals.
Yeah, but the first, I actually wrote that on our ETB page today. I'm going to bring that up. They are the first sovereign fund to essentially invest in a North American sports franchise.
It's kind of nuts if you think about it.
It's really nuts. I didn't even hear about that.
We're not too far off from the NBA playing a game in Saudi Arabia.
Well, hey, WWE's already there.
Yeah.
Everybody's already there.
I don't know. Has the NBA done any sometimes they'll do preseason overseas, which makes no sense
By
to
the
me
way,
whatsoever.
by the way, Trade Dame trending on Twitter.
Yeah, I saw that just now. It's not going to happen. So it's a pipe dream at this point.
Yeah. The NBA has done some preseason games. I think they played one in Mexico. They've done some in China too.
They played in 02 also.
Yeah, they did. They played at the O2 Arena. But they play in China, I think, like every preseason because there's such a huge NBA fan base in China.
They just got to worry. They just got to worry that Adam Silver or LeBron James doesn't screw it up.
Yeah, exactly. They've sent the Warriors out there a couple of times.
That was probably during the stretch run. If I had to take a guess.
And they played a preseason game there, and they did stuff for like the kids in the area.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jarris Walker's a monster. It's a good get for the Pacers because they got too many guards too. I mean, they had Mathurin, they got Halliburton.
Would you say that like most teams, at least what I see, the NBA is full of guards, like too many guards. Big problem.
There's a lot of guys that are like, most guys play the way that they play is like a guard. You know, like a lot of guys who would be considered small forwards, usually who have the height to be a small forward, play like guards, can shoot, can handle the ball. And a lot of times they're listed as guards. So there's always a little thin line between every position in the NBA. Because you can definitely fluctuate guys a lot of different ways. Most of the guys in the NBA can play 2 or 3 positions on any given offense or defense.
It's not like it once was, where like you had specialty guys at positions back in the 90s. I mean, like
exactly, where a guy was the bruiser and he was like the small forward, the power forward.
Now you have guys who can play forward, and sometimes you'll shift a 3 or a 4 over to the 5 to play center, a small center, but center.
I mean, honestly, like with the way the NBA is, there's no such thing as a center anymore.
That's a good point.
That's really like the center is a completely redefined position.
Ask Jokic; he doesn't play like a center.
He doesn't. Not a single center in the league besides maybe like Mitchell Robinson, Jared Allen. Like those kind of guys are true centers.
I mean, I remember Brook Lopez. Well, talking about the Nets for a second, when Brook Lopez was still there, he started as a true center, then realized his range was so much bigger. Started shooting threes and making them. Like, I was like, wait a minute, he's not a true center.
Exactly. It was that's why he stuck around for so long. Is because when he started out, he was a true center. And then when the NBA started moving towards like everybody's got to be able to shoot, everybody's got to be able to do that, he became a shooter/defender, and that's why he stuck around for so long.
By the way, for a big man, his range is like impeccable. Like just
I know, it's crazy how he like redefined himself.
I mean, I'd love to see like a 3-point contest between Brook Lopez and Jokic and see how that goes down.
I know. And he literally went from like back when he was on the Nets, he wasn't a great defender, tremendous offensive player, was not a great defender. He went from that to being a finalist for the Defensive Player of the Year this past year for the Bucks. Like, it's crazy.
And if I'm not mistaken, he had a pretty serious foot injury for a while, didn't he?
He did, yeah. That like part of the reason why he kind of like had to redefine his game, he wasn't as explosive.
Well, he couldn't do the drive and slash center anymore.
Exactly. More is like a 3-point shooter now.
By the way, since we're waiting for a pick, anyone interested in baseball? The Yankees are losing 8-0.
I thought it was 9-0
or 9-0.
Sounds good to me. Sounds good to me. The Mets aren't on, so
I think the Mets lost also.
Yeah, the Mets lost yesterday like afternoon. Yeah, their pitching's terrible, but that's a whole nother story.
All right, where are we here? We are where we're at Utah.
You like Jazz?
Oh God, you like Jazz? Talk about a team that has far too many assets. The Utah Jazz.
Yeah, it's true.
Actually, that's Danny Ainge, right?
Yep.
Danny Ainge took over. Yep.
Talk about a guy who's basically stole everybody's assets.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh God, what are we on a commercial break here?
Yeah.
Yep, exactly we are. Finally, we have to take a commercial break. Well, not we, but the broadcast is finally taking a commercial break after all this time.
They really draw this out as much as possible.
Oh, it's such a pain.
That means
No, what are you gonna say?
I was gonna say, hey, tonight during the second round, we're gonna have picks made during the commercial breaks.
That's fantastic.
Wait,
I
really?
love that.
That's what. Nikola Jokic got drafted years ago during a commercial break.
Yeah, during a Taco Bell commercial.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, there's always a few draft picks in the second round that pop up on the bottom during a commercial break because
that's always great.
Yeah, because ESPN has to show as many commercials as they can. So second round pick.
Oh my God! Important. Oh my God! Tyrese Halliburton and Josh Hart are attacking each other on Twitter right now.
What did they attack each other for?
Well, here we go.
Okay, Taylor Hendricks. The best available for me.
Yep.
That makes sense, actually. By the way, Paul, did you see this weird thing that was going around about, I forgot which NBA athlete it was. Like they were talking about how he had a growth spurt of 5-6 inches.
Oh, yeah. It was Jonathan Kuminga.
That stupid thing, that stupid fake thing that was going around.
Yeah, it was fooling everybody, though. People were actually falling for it.
Kendrick Perkins?
Kendrick Perkins fell for it. Then I saw a bunch of other Twitter accounts trying to copy and name other guys college players and stuff. It's they had 5-inch growth spurts, and it's not funny.
Yeah, but as I was starting to say, Tyrese Halliburton and Josh Hart are going at it on Twitter right now for whatever reason. And
is it playful or is it?
I can't tell, to be honest. Let me look.
I'm about to log on Twitter to see.
He's primarily a catch and shoot guy, rather dribbling into his shot, but his ability to rebound.
So Halliburton tweeted, "If he's tall, light skinned, and can pass, he's J. Kidd, Lonzo, LaMelo, or me." And then Josh Hart said, "Aren't you 6'2"?
Yeah, I don't even know what that could mean.
Isn't Josh Hart on the Knicks now anyway?
He is.
Yeah.
He's a free agent.
Oh, well.
All right.
Wait a minute. Trade on the board.
Yeah, I was gonna interrupt you guys with this trade alert. Oklahoma City Thunder is acquiring. Oh wait, that's the draft pick. But it's the Oklahoma City Thunder that's going to be on the clock next, not the Dallas Mavericks.
Wait a minute. It's showing two names.
In transition, he sprints down the floor. He dunks the ball. What do you want? I don't want anything.
Why did it say they're trading two names? How does that make any sense?
You went to Duke and you're getting confused. Well.
All right, let me have a look at it.
Yeah, the Shams tweet that just dropped says trading such and such for.
Let's have a look.
You do look great, Taylor. You're joined by your mom.
I'll be right back again. You get my charger.
Yeah.
Okay.
The first to be drafted out of that program. Just let
I think Woj botched the tweet because it says the Mavericks are trading number 10 and blank for number 10. So I think Woj has botched the tweet.
No, I'm talking about Shams. Shams tweeted this. Dallas is trading name at number 10 to OKC. That's what it says.
Let me see.
Unless he miswrote that.
One of them is going to be at number 10.
Oh, here it is.
It's a double tweet. Okay, so Dallas.
Okay, just for you because you could see it. It's the second name.
I see. Yeah, I know. I see because I see on Paul's board right here. So Dallas is trading Davis Bertans and blank at number 10 to Oklahoma City. City.
Burns is an NBA player already.
Yeah, that's why you're getting confused. Oklahoma
Oh.
City is sending number 12 and a TPE to Dallas as part of the trade.
Wait, TP trade. Oh god, what the hell does that mean? Shit, I forgot what that means. Hold
on. TPE is the player exception.
Oh, the mid-level or the lower level exception money.
Yes.
Okay. I was like, what the hell was that? Like,
so we have another flop. Oklahoma is now going to pick at 10, and Dallas is going to pick at 12 now.
All right, so he confirmed. OKC sends a number 12 and a TPE to Dallas as part of the trade. Dallas gets off the Burton's contract.
Yes, and Woj now officially dropping the news on ESPN's broadcast. So Oklahoma City Thunder now technically on the clock, and now the pick is in.
That noise never gets old, by the way.
Dallas, who has this pick, I would argue maybe shouldn't have this pick for the second time in 5 years doing a tank job, especially when they could have made the playoffs.
So Dallas,
yeah, go ahead.
So Dallas got Bertans.
Yes, we just went over it.
We were trying to figure this all out because Woj kind of mistweeted, and so did Shams a little bit. So Burton's was actually on the Dallas roster. So they used him as a trade bait to get out of his contract.
Gotcha.
I was like, oh, wait, I recognize Davis Burton's name.
He is on a really bad contract. The Wizards gave him that contract, too.
But certainly, that is their off-season priority, getting a long-term deal done with Kyrie Irving.
Kyrie Irving. I kind of hope Kyrie Irving ends up in Detroit. We don't have to hear from him again.
Rumor is, still to this day, they're chasing him with the COVID shot.
Ugh, I knew you were going to say that. I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you.
Deal to be finalized later. The Indiana Pacers are trading to the Washington Wizards.
Yeah, they always announce that each trade like 3 picks later.
Yeah.
So they're not going to announce this Mavericks trade until like a few more picks.
Oh God, I hate that. Just when you have the news, just announce it.
I know. They're going to give this guy a Dallas hat too.
The Dallas Mavericks select Cason Wallace.
Cason Wallace. Wait, so this is going to OKC, right?
Yes, that's going to OKC.
Correct. He's going to OKC instead of Dallas. Dallas will select at number 12 now.
It's a good get for OKC.
By the way, this is not where I expected all the trade busyness to pick up.
No, I thought it was going to be in the top 5, but
yeah. So apparently Charlotte fans are booing like crazy when they picked Brandon Miller draft. City of Charlotte.
Interesting.
Yeah, this is not where I expected the trade news to pick up at all.
Nope. All right, now we go to number 11, which is going to be an Orlando Magic pick. Originally, this was to be Chicago's.
Oh, wait, so Orlando's back on the clock again.
Yep.
And Cason Wallace has length. He's only 6'3", but he's got a 6'8" wingspan.
So they got a big man with their pick, right? Originally?
Orlando?
Yeah.
Their first pick was Thompson, I think, right?
Black.
Yeah. No, Black.
Black, yeah.
Oh, that was the guard, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They need a big man. In the worst way, they need a big man.
A good open shooter in the mid-range. He can knock it down from 3. He's just got a very steady game.
Could go Derek Lively here.
Be a
Could
good
go
pick.
could go Cam Whitmore if they want to wing.
I see his name floating around Whitmore a lot.
Yeah, he was supposed to possibly go top 5, but apparently he's got injury issues. So they said that he was going to fall to like the late lottery, but he was supposed to be like a top 5 pick. He's good.
You said it, Jay. His defensive energy. He's elite at 5 steals against Kansas. I was heartbreaking when he didn't go to Tennessee. I'm excited to watch him in the league. Now he's standing by with our Monica McNutt.
Oh, more interviews. Yay.
Congratulations. I think we got to open this jacket, though.
Monica McNutt.
By the way, she's like really jumped on the scene a bunch with ESPN.
Dude, she has. She was on MSG first. Well, she still is.
Yeah, she still is. She's part of the Knicks coverage.
Yeah. She was doing Knicks pregame and all that kind of stuff. And then all of a sudden they brought her on ESPN and now she does everything.
She's on like First Take debating Stephen A.
Yeah, crazy. She played college basketball. She played at Georgetown.
She supposedly was a really good college player too.
I think so, yeah.
Pick is in. And now we have to wait 2 minutes for this interview to end.
Neighbors complaining about her dribbling the ball. We going hard at each other late at night. So, just to see his progress from elementary to middle school to high school to college and now to the pros, it's great, and I'm just proud of him. Like, I'm father right now.
Now, you have on a Mavs hat, but the pick is going to OKC.
So, supposedly, guys, Marcus Smart was taken completely off guard by the trade last night.
Yeah, I saw that.
I mean, he was in Boston, for 9 seasons? I mean,
yeah, and he thought he was going to be a Celtic for life.
I was surprised that they traded him.
I told you, Paul, it's defense for offense. That's the way the league is now.
It's true. I didn't see that trade coming. But
hey,
I just don't know if KP and the offense that KP and whoever the 2 picks they end up getting are going to make up for the loss of defensiveness of Marcus Smart.
I mean, defensive player of the year, always in the top 5 in defensive player of the year stats. I mean, I just find it crazy that they went for Porzingis, who, I mean, you're going to get offense, you're going to get defense. I mean, the guy can shoot. They needed a big man to spread out Tatum and Brown. That's what they needed on the floor.
Yeah.
With the 11th pick in the 2023 NBA Draft, the Orlando Magic select Jet Howard.
Jet Howard. Jawan's son.
Wow.
There's Jawan.
Talk about a guy who's got an ego problem himself.
The Magic. Okay, so they got Black.
Howard on your board anywhere here?
I had Howard ranked, I think 9, maybe.
Oh, we'll find out in a second. Oh, 8.
I had him ranked 8. Yep. I had him falling a little bit. I think my mock draft, I had him going like 16, if I remember correctly. I actually had my mock draft right here. Let me see. I had him going.
The son of Jawan Howard.
Son of Jawan Howard. I had him going 15 to the Hawks. Jet Howard. So
he went up a few.
Yeah, so he went 4 picks ahead. I had Keeson Wallace going 13, so that was pretty close.
We forgot to say also, how many picks are we on tap for tonight?
58.
58, yep.
Because we actually have 2 teams who would get back-to-back picks in round 2 who had to forfeit their picks for tampering violations.
Yep. Same thing happened last year too. There was only 58. There was only 58
The
picks
Bulls
last
and the
year.
Sixers.
Oh, right. The Bulls and the Sixers. Yeah, we did talk about that. You're right.
But they will be towards the end of the draft, not at the beginning. Meanwhile, the Mavericks now on the clock after the earlier trade with Oklahoma City, where Oklahoma City selected Casey Wallace at number 10.
This is Orlando's opportunity to really put a team together. Also,
it is. So they got Anthony Black. They got Jet Howard to match up with Banchero, and Franz Wagner too.
They are a good young team, but they really got to build chemistry.
They do. They have some pieces for sure. They're starting to put a team together, but we'll see. Black and Jet Howard, that's not too bad. It'll be interesting. Jet Howard probably comes off the bench to start at least for them.
You think he's got his father's fire?
His father was a good player, really good player.
Good coach for the most part when he's not doing bad things to people.
When he's not shoving Greg Gard.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think Jet Howard could be a good player. He's different than his dad, though, too. He can shoot. He's more of like a modern player. His dad was not a modern player.
Oh, no. Juwan was a paint guy through and through.
He was an undersized paint guy.
I mean, he had a nice long career. I'll give him that.
He did. He was a good player.
Was he on one of the Miami teams? I can't remember.
Yeah, he was. He was on the first LeBron team in 2012. He came off the bench. I think that was the last season of his career. The 12th.
Oh, he got a ring.
Yeah, I think he retired after that, and he became an assistant coach for the Heat immediately after that.
Must be nice.
And then he bounced around as an assistant, and then he got the Michigan job.
I'll probably say the time on the court we spent together from an early age. We've been working out.
So OKC's got this pick now. Well, yes. No, this is, or did they trade this?
This was Dallas trading to OKC.
So this is Dallas that's got this. Okay.
That you only know when you begin and you know the journey for yourself. What's your best advice for your son as he embarks on this chapter?
These interviews are so whack. It's not even funny.
I don't know. It takes forever. Well, the pick is in. I see Dallas taking Whitmore here. That would be my guess.
You just want to see them happy, and you want to see them be able to fulfill their dreams, whatever that may be. So the fact that I know his heart is so happy, that's all I could ask for. College was the goal. Every mom wants their child to go to college and to pursue their dreams, but this is like icing on the cake. I'm so proud of you, Jack. I'm so proud of you.
Well, family, congratulations. And Jack, congratulations.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you, and congratulations to the entire Howard family coming up after the break. Victor Wembanyama, he will be joining us.
Oh, another break?
Are they seriously going to another break right now?
Yeah, they're going to drag this out.
They're looking to drag this out.
I don't know. Do we have any other stories that are going on or nothing?
Not really much. I mean, besides...
Oh, you mentioned the Will Wade story, right?
Oh, yeah, the Will Wade story. So he's going to have to... Both LSU and him got suspensions. because of the recruiting violations that he got fired at LSU because of. He got like a 10-game suspension. He just took like the McNeese State job, which is good. It kind of goes to show you like how much of a downgrade he had to take after all.
Or how
that.
desperate he was to coach.
Exactly. So he has to serve a 10-game suspension now. Yeah, and if he wants to try to make his way back to being coaching at that level, would be interesting.
Wait a minute. So I'm reading a story, reading the headline also, that Wade was found to have made impermissible payments to the former fiance of a player.
Yeah, he did. Honestly, I don't even know the specifics. That's probably
it says while also failing to cooperate in an investigation and failing to promote an atmosphere of compliance.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm assuming that basically means he didn't follow the rules and regulations. I'm assuming.
That's exactly it. It was all violations and stuff, and all just like. Yeah, I don't even know what the specifics are, but that's probably is what happened. Like it was definitely like money being dealt out under the table, things like that.
Hey Tom, do you think we should do just first round or second, or do you want to just do the first? Because it's kind of dragging on a lot. So do you want to do the first round?
Yeah, we can just do the first round.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that.
Because first round is the most important in the draft, really.
And it's probably going to take another hour too, so we'll be at
we're not sitting here for another hour. We're not sitting here for another hour.
I'll tell you, and I can imagine the madness that's going to come with the second round, just doing pick after pick after pick.
Exactly. It's going to be tough to keep track of, but I'm fine with doing that.
We'll give you the full first round because those are the most important picks.
I'll recap the second round next week.
Yeah.
If anything good happens. I mean, most of the second round guys, nobody even knows anyway.
So the programs were also placed on probation. It wasn't just him.
Yeah. LSU was placed on probation too. I don't know what necessarily that means. If they have to sit out from the tournament or something for a year.
That's usually what it means. If you get a violation, you usually have to sit out.
Yeah, it's usually what it is. But LSU stunk last year. Since when they got rid of Will Wade, and for the first year without Will Wade, they just haven't had the talent.
So, just in the baseball. Oh no, hang on, announcement.
2023 NBA Draft. The Oklahoma City Thunder select Derek Lively II.
Wow,
that seems like a surprise.
So he's going to Dallas now. So this isn't even OKC. He's going to Dallas.
It's going to Dallas, yeah.
So they got a big man. Man, Cam Whitmore's falling. He must be really injured.
Injured or something we don't know.
Something we might not know. I had Lively fourth.
That's like, what's his name, Tom, a couple of years ago in the NFL draft, who had the incident with the mask.
Oh, yeah.
Tunzel.
Yeah. Tunzel. Yeah. Larry Tunzel. That was really bad.
That he was supposed to be a top 5 pick.
Yeah. He's great, too. He ended up becoming a really good player.
What were you going to say, Tom? You had something?
Apparently, Domingo Herman was getting taken out after giving up 7, 8, 10 runs, whatever. And when he was walking off, apparently he did his little clap off the...
Great. New York baseball is a travesty. Good.
Yay! I gave up 10 runs. Yay!
I relish in your pain. I know it all too well.
That's all right. Both New York teams are pretty much going the same direction.
Yeah, they're not doing anything this year. Neither of us are.
No.
I'd like to see Tampa Bay win it because they're always in the mix. You guys probably don't because divisional rival, but I would like to see it just because they're always good and they just haven't been able to get over the hump. So.
Tom, were you the one that says they do the most with nothing in Major League Baseball?
Yeah,
it's a good way to put it. I mean, I also have to root for them because I don't want I can't root for the Braves.
Yeah, no one wants the Braves. Well, I think the Braves are becoming the new Yankees when it comes to building a core, though.
Yeah. They're so frustrating. their slew of cheap contracts.
Nick, were you referencing before, by the way, a draft party at a place called In House in Charlotte when they picked Miller?
I think so, yeah.
Because the boos that came from that place, I just heard it. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's what I saw. Like, apparently they did not like that pick.
Crazy. I'm just so happy to be here.
They really want Scoot, I guess.
They wanted Scoot.
I'm so excited.
Now you guys, the story has been well documented. You navigated loss, you navigated health challenges. What you're hearing, what I love about you both, Captain, is that you have such a championship energy about you. You made it. How are you feeling as you watch your son realize his dream?
I'm so much, I don't know what I should do right now. I'm so proud of everything that he's been through. And to persevere through everything and work hard and know what he wants to do. I mean, I'm honored to be his mother and just so proud of everything that he's been through. It's amazing.
Derek, congratulations. It's such a tremendous night. You look fantastic.
Really appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, come on, next pick already.
Again, the person that he describes as his superhero. Jay, just really quick your thoughts on Derek Lively.
Well, he's been through a lot as a player. He's the #1 high school player.
Oh, there it is again. There it is again. Gone through a lot as a player.
He was the #1. He actually was the #1 recruit this year. Like he was preseason supposed to be like a top 5 pick. Yeah, just did not have a good year at Duke. I think he averaged like 6 and 6. So that'll hurt your draft stock.
Yeah, definitely.
Still ends up being a lottery pick though.
I don't know. What do the Raptors need? Oh, well, before we say that, I was reading also that Pascal Siakam is a free agent, right?
Yes. Guard depth and shot blocking, according to Bobby Marks. Guard depth and shot blocking.
Is Siakam a free agent? I'm not sure.
I thought I was reading that like that's a big thing they're trying to figure out right now if he's going to be back in Toronto.
Yeah, well, I know Van Vliet's going to be a free agent. He already opted out.
I don't think he's coming back.
No, I don't think so either. That's why I think I had them taking Keyston Walls here because I think they may take a point guard to replace him.
Yeah,
I could see them, or just even a guard in general. They might take Kobe Buffkin. I wouldn't be.
That
surprised.
would be interesting.
That would be interesting. I had him ranked lower. A lot of people were saying that he could be a lottery pick, though. A lot of people moved him into the lottery like the weeks before the draft. So I wouldn't be surprised. And he's a combo guard, so could be him, or it could be Jalen Hood-Schifino too.
You notice in the NBA the combo guard, it's like a big thing now also.
Oh yeah. Gotta be able, if you're a guard, you have to be able to handle the ball even if you're a shooting guard. It's another just evolution of like these positions basically.
Okay, pick is in.
If you can't play 3-4 positions, you can't be in this league anymore.
No, exactly. It's impossible. And every position has a new definition than it did 10 years ago. It's crazy. Like it's so difficult to watch a player in the NBA play if somebody doesn't tell you what their position is, it's so difficult to say what their position is.
I mean, my favorite was the evolution of LeBron James and the positions he's played over the like he's supposed to be a power forward. That's what he was.
Yep.
Then he became a forward.
Yeah. And then he was a point guard.
Yeah.
13th pick in the 2023 NBA draft, the Toronto Raptors select Grady Dick.
They got Grady.
Oh, he was the guy wearing the weird suit coming into
Yeah, he's got that red sparkly suit on.
Talk about trying to get noticed on social media.
The suit is as electric as his treatment shoot. The two go hand in hand. It feels like, wait, is this a total?
It's a good guess. So they got Scotty Barnes. I guess depending on if Siakam's coming back, maybe Jakob Poeltl. But Grady Dick's big. He's like 6'8", but is like listed as a guard.
It's
Also
a pretty
forward.
tall guard too.
It's a very tall guard. I have him more of a small forward. I think that he's more of a small forward, but it's,
yeah, I'm watching some of his highlights. He's an elbow shooter.
Yeah, exactly. Good 3-point guy. Good two-way player.
Again, a lot of these guys who are like 6'5" and above are able to shoot the three and shoot from the elbow. I mean, it's kind of nuts now.
It's crazy. You have to have a jump shot nowadays. There's very few guys that can make it without a jump shot. It's the name of the game.
It's funny. I'm trying to think who is in the league anymore that is surviving without a jump shot.
Very few.
The last one I could think of is Dwight Howard.
Yeah, seriously. The last like star who didn't have a jump shot.
And isn't he playing overseas right now or whatever?
He is. He's playing in Taiwan this season.
Or didn't he get benched or something? I thought I read.
I think he got into a fight or something in one of the games. Yeah, there was something that happened that was that was like funny. And he was trying to get other NBA guys to come join him.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Who were out of the league.
All right, where are we going? Pelicans.
So, Pelicans.
I mean, I'm stunned that the Pelicans haven't tried to make a trade. I am.
I know.
Unless they've tried and they just couldn't do it.
Yeah. I had the Pelicans taking Grady Dick here, so they could go.
Whitmore still on the board.
Cam Whitmore is still on the board, which is really interesting because his injury must be bad because they were talking about him going 5th or 6th for a while.
Unless the physicals showed it otherwise.
Yeah, I saw something last week that said that he's got some injury concerns.
Too late, Hank. Too late.
There we go, Hank.
You're late. You're too late.
I already showed the banner when he first came out.
Yeah, you're late to the party.
He himself is an Adam Silver slip-up.
Haven't even had to play the music. He's lucky.
He's worked every day to get to this point. Well, Grady, congratulations. Barton Harmon, congratulations as well. Thank you. Thank you.
Monica, thank you so much. New Orleans is now on the block. There's a lot of questions swirling around.
I still think the shocker of the night is going to be if they even were close to a deal to get that pick.
Yeah. I know. It is interesting. I don't know, like how close they were.
I did not find a general manager in the league who told me that they were offered Zion Williamson in any trade talks here in recent weeks. Now, New Orleans tried to package this number 14 pick and some other future assets to move up in the draft. They were unable to do so. But Zion Williamson has been in the Pelicans practice facility more this offseason than in recent years. He only played 29 games last season. Dominantly was on the floor. But this is an organization that so far remains committed around Zion Williamson and Brandon Ingram.
So that might have just been a rumor. They might not have even been shopping Zion.
No, I think that's a front, if you really ask me.
No.
I think that's them not wanting to admit they couldn't get anything.
Okay.
We'll never know.
From Shams, we've got a rumor. It's not a nothing, no trade alert, but it's
I see it.
I wish we could play Adele on here. Just the rumor has it.
Rumor has it.
He has to one up Woj after just breaking that news. He's got to break something himself.
Rumor has it. The Mavericks are active in the trade marketplace to use their new $17 million exception, which they got from that
other deal with OKC.
Yeah. To acquire a player for a current or future pick.
I mean, that doesn't really mean it. That doesn't really mean anything right now until we actually hear something. But
so like, they just took Derek Lively, so I guess maybe move him somewhere.
In, by the way,
got to be Cam Whitmore here. Like, come on, how much further can this guy fall?
I mean, if he's really hurt, they might pull a second rounder on this.
Yeah, that'd be insane with how much potential he has too.
The weird thing is the more he drops, the more valuable he becomes to a team.
Yep, exactly. This could be a Michael Porter Jr. situation where he should have been top 5 if he wasn't hurt. And then he fell all the way to 15, 16, like the Nuggets were able to get him. The Nuggets should not have been able to get him. He should have, if he wasn't hurt and didn't have those back issues at Missouri, he would have been up in the same range as Luka and Trae Young and all those guys in that draft.
If I'm not mistaken, Michael Porter had off the court issues too, didn't he?
Yeah, I think so. I think there was like some stuff. Yeah, I can't even remember, but it's there. He went to Missouri because his dad was an assistant at Missouri, and his brother was there too, Jonte Porter. He played in the NBA for like a very short period of time.
Because, well, I'm also thinking of that announcer incident. Do you remember that also with Porter and his father?
Oh, yeah.
Pick it
Yep.
up.
That's probably the OKC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, they're so late. It's not even funny. God.
In the 2023 NBA draft, the New Orleans Pelicans select Jordan Hawkins from the University of...
That's a good pick.
That is a good pick.
He's a great scorer. I think he's going to be. He could very well be a 20-point per game scorer in the NBA. I think, in my opinion, he's got that kind of talent.
Hey, that gets you a 10 to 15 year career. Put 20 points up per game.
Gets you a long time in the league if you're able to do that.
Yeah.
And we're about to hit the halfway point of the first round here as the Atlanta Hawks are about to be on the clock.
They're another interesting team to watch. They've been rumored in a bunch of trades this offseason already.
Yeah.
Oh, Jordan. I didn't know Jordan Hawkins was the cousin of Angel Reese.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember. I saw something about that after she got famous.
Yeah.
He's shooting wide open. He works. He cuts hard. He moves well without the ball, and he elevates on his approach shot. He is bouncing. He makes defenders pay when they over-rotate on him and when they give long closeouts. The shooting ability is by far my favorite. When you mention player comparisons, I see a lot of Richard Hamilton in his game.
Oh, good. Now we're comparing players. This is always good.
Oh yeah, could compare him to an all-star.
Guy who had a long career in a dynasty with the Pistons.
Oh, do you remember that footage?
And they're only comparing him to UConn guys.
That sounds about right. What were we going to say, Tom?
Do you remember that footage we saw before of the mascot and the other guy, and they had the Wembanyama jerseys on?
Yeah.
Apparently, one of something that they said, because I wasn't listening, it was Marty Smith and the mascot. San Antonio was now Wembantonio.
There's gonna be billboards like that. I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, because they're treating him like he's the next LeBron James. He's gonna be like everywhere.
Which is like, I hate when that happens. I hate when that happens because it's like, it's not fair. It's not fair to him, like to put that much pressure on him. I mean, they literally did this with Jerry Stackhouse back in the day. They thought he was going to be the next Michael Jordan, and they were saying so much stuff like that about him. And, Jerry Stackhouse was a good player, made an all-star team or two, but he wasn't a stud or a whole.
By the way, Cam's not going to be number 15.
Oh, he's not?
Nope.
Jeez, he's falling like crazy.
You just saw the immediate footage when your name was called, the emotions, the tears. What is behind those?
A lot of hard work. I mean, these two sacrificed everything for me.
I had Cam going 7th to the Pacers.
Get my name called. It's a true blessing. So,
I just can't believe how much he dropped.
This is the biggest surprise. To be honest with you, there hasn't been like most first rounds. You have 1 or 2 picks that are like, okay, like I did not have this guy going anywhere close. Like it, like had the student like mid-second round or something like that. Hasn't been any of those. This has been by far the weirdest thing is how far Cam has fallen. All the rest of them were all guys that you expected were possibly going to be in the lottery.
Agreed. Yeah. Well, I guess we're not going to get the big trade the first round.
Probably not.
We'll have to settle for the Chris Paul trade today. That's our big news.
Monica, thank you so very much. Congratulations to the entire Hawkins family. The Atlanta Hawks, they are on the clock. JJ, what are you hoping to see for Atlanta?
Well, there's a lot of question marks right now about how many guys on their roster are available. We don't know what they're going to look like going into next season. Again, do they pick best available? Do they go for a positional need?
By the way, the Thompson twins. Yeah, officially the first siblings, not even twins, first siblings selected top 10 in the same draft.
I'm not surprised. That just can't be likely that even happens.
The 15th pick in the 2023 NBA draft, the Atlanta Hawks select Kobe Buffkin.
Okay, they took Buffkin. Maybe they're serious about trading DeJounte Murray.
I heard that rumor like all the way at the end of the season.
Yeah. And they're also.
Really... Oh, good.
No, what were you going to say?
No, go ahead. Go ahead. I'll make the point after.
No, I was just going to say that they were talking about Murray. They were also talking about DeAndre Hunter and John Collins too, as possibly getting traded. They're shopping all those guys because I think they want AJ Griffin to become like their starting small forward. So they're trying to look to get something for Hunter.
There was rumors that they were shopping Trey.
I saw that too. Yeah.
I don't think he wants to be there anymore, to be honest.
Yeah.
You imagine putting Trey on a whole different level of a team and letting him actually compete for a real title.
I know. Yeah, that team is good, but they're just not going to. The way that they're designed right now, they're not going to be a title contender. Too many better teams.
According to Woj, just a minute ago, Utah had some conversations on trading number 9 and 16, but appearing to stand pat. Oh, and he puts a name, but I'm not going to say that because it's the next pick after this one. But apparently Utah had conversations to trade both their picks.
So Utah's keeping this pick and they already have the guy they're taking?
Well, what was you saying? This guy is high on their board for 16.
Okay. Gotcha.
Actually, I recognize the name. I just don't know from where. You're hearing all these rumors, like all these teams want to trade their picks.
I know. It's crazy.
All right, the pick is in for Utah. I see it.
It's still saying time going, by the way. It's still saying time. Still saying time going on the ESPN broadcast. But that might just be because we have another interview.
Oh yeah.
Just great.
Very excited. You know, it's a control. I'm just looking forward to
Paul, you have a fan.
Paul fan club.
Boy.
Thanks, Jen. Appreciate that. Appreciate that.
Dedicated himself to basketball. Most importantly, been faithful to the Lord.
Did you see? Apparently, Jason Tatum wrote a goodbye IG post to Marcus Smart.
No, did he?
12 years is what
Yep.
we stress as a family.
See if I can find it.
I mean, Jason Tatum's an emotional guy.
We're here, Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Oh, here it is.
You are in fact here.
Let's see. My dog, forever grateful for you and how you pushed me and helped me along this journey. Never change, keep being you and one of a kind and never be replaced. My brother for life. We gonna link back up one day and get us one. No doubt about it. Until then, much love, Brody.
That's good. We're going to link back up one day.
I'm surprised he would say that, actually, to be honest.
Yeah. I know.
You know, I've dreamed of this moment. I've dreamed of this moment for so long that it felt really surreal. It actually felt like a dream when you said that sentence. When he came into the stage, and, you know, of course I was waiting for it, but still, I had the butterflies for hours before, and yeah, seeing my family proud, and it's just a dream come true. We can't really explain it.
Wemby, you talked on my podcast about being free in the universe, and I so appreciate the emotion. I really do. Specifically with your family, what was that?
They got Wembanyama. They got Wembanyama listed at 7'5" now.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, wait a minute. Like, did he grow an inch?
Yeah, he was 7'4". That was his listing overseas. I mean, he's only 19, so he can still grow like 3 more inches.
That's nuts.
It's crazy.
You know, we've talked so much about what you're able to do skill-wise on the basketball court, and we've imagined how hard you've had to work. But how would you describe your workouts and the work that you have put in to get to this point?
I just need one word to describe it. Unique. Unique. I got a unique body. I gotta acknowledge it and work to find the good way to work with it. And I got a unique body. I can't work with the normal. I can't work with the normal way. You know? So yeah, it's really different than it's different than normal workouts. You know, and but it's the same battle. You know, you need to take that work ethic and work hard at all times.
But speaking of that unique body, there are people that talk about Paul.
Oh, God, this is getting ridiculous now.
And strength, and how do you build strength?
It's a killer. This pick has been in for like past 5 minutes.
You know, it's important not to lose your mobility and your agility. You know what I'm saying?
This has to be ESPN. It has to be.
Oh no, it 100% is. If they really wanted to, they could burn through this much faster. But the ESPN's got all the rights. They're going to drag it out as long as possible with as many interviews as possible. Got to play the commercials and stuff. There hasn't
been that many breaks, to be honest, though.
There hasn't. They're just dragging out. They're just trying to drag it out like as long as they possibly can.
You would think if they're going to extend this out, they would take commercial breaks, not make the interviews longer.
Yeah, it's like they could have this interview right after they announced the pick too.
So yeah, really, I guess they're going to be fan of the effort. I'm really looking forward to this.
Well, we know that the dinners with Greg Popovich, they are famed, so you were in for a treat. And you.
Oh my God! Come on.
They're talking about dinner right now. Like, come on.
That it was the first time that you actually were
Talking about him and Greg Popovich getting dinner after this.
Oh.
When fans, were you expecting this at the airport?
Not so much, honestly, not so much. Those spots are like
Need something. Let's see. What can I play here?
Yeah, that was not a good first pitch.
I mean, he didn't even hit home plate, but he was standing on the mound though.
It
Give him
was.
that.
Yeah, give him credit.
How would you grade it?
Oh God, really? Is this a joke?
Yeah, you'll have more. I think you're going to have an opportunity to do another first pitch. Victor Wembanyama, thank you.
Well, there's no baseball team in San Antonio, so.
What's a joke?
What?
They're talking about his first pitch.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
This is like becoming ridiculous.
Okay, here we go.
Hallelujah!
God!
16th pick in the 2023 NBA draft, the Utah Jazz select Keontae George.
Keontae George, okay.
Keontae George.
Lakers will take Cam Whitmore. I can see this happening.
Yeah, me too.
506 points last season, the second most in the season by a freshman in Baylor history. His dad was actually a pro in France, and he's come a long way. We spoke earlier this week, and he told me that when he was in high school...
And now we got to emphasize how he was raised by a single mother.
Yep.
I am just... You think the NFL draft pacing is bad? This is ridiculous.
Hey, come on, some of us actually want to have lives.
Exactly. Go to bed at a reasonable time tonight.
Yeah, well that's out the window now.
I was thinking this draft would be the first round of this draft would be over by 11, but it's not even going at that rate.
Hey, it's a good thing we're not going round 2 now.
Yeah, that's honestly, this draft's way too long. I forget like how long it is. I watch the draft obviously every single year, and I forget how long it takes.
Can you imagine if the NBA draft was 7 rounds like the NFL?
Oh my God, forget it.
But at least the NFL gives round 1 its own day and does the other round.
Yeah, they do it in 3 days.
I think they do that on purpose. They want more commercials.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you'd think maybe the NBA would give round 2 its own day or something.
By the way, Cam Whitmore is now trending on Twitter.
Yeah, he's probably going to the Lakers. Or people are just talking about how he's fallen this far.
Let me see. That'd be a heck of a pick for the Lakers. Oh, good, we're going to drag this one out. Good. Again.
Keontae, I read that one of your favorite basketball memories today was winning the AAU National Championship in 5th grade. How does tonight compare to that?
Best moment of my life. I mean, I can't even say how I feel.
Biggest time waster of all time.
Do 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 do.
I got one better. I got one better.
He goes on to this.
As a man, you just keep getting better every day.
Congratulations, Dad. Congratulations, Keontae. You got that paper?
Monica, thank you so much. Coming up in the 2023 draft, the Lakers, the Heat.
I never thought doing grad school work would actually be more entertaining than this, but here we are.
That's not a surprise.
We answer that.
Oh, I can't believe we still don't have a pick.
Yes, guess what? We're going to a commercial break now.
Oh, great.
Oh my God. Here we go.
Like, I am falling asleep watching this draft. I am, like, preoccupying myself with other work because I just cannot. The pacing is horrible.
I mean, I don't know what to say at this point. I've never seen pacing this slow.
Seriously.
I mean, I've seen terrible pacing being an MMA fan, but this is ridiculous.
It's not like we're holding out for anything here. How many more picks are left in this round?
We are on 17, so we got 13.
Oi. Oh, God. I can't believe they went to another commercial.
This is insane.
Gotta pay the bills.
I like this one tweet. After the 5th pick, the coverage of this draft has been terrible. 50% is just commercials. 29.5% is Stephen A. Smith talking. 20% is interviews with players. And 0.5% is analysis of the picks. And worst of all, this is all happening during pick announcements.
That sounds about right. By the way, the Lakers pick is in over here at least.
Okay, the Lakers pick just came in on here. I was like, wait a minute. They're at 18 seconds left? I was like, oh, God, imagine the Lakers miss.
And Paul, it's not Cam Whitmore.
Wow.
You're kidding me.
Dude, what is going on right now? How is he fallen this far? So nobody wants to take a chance on him.
It's got to be a bad injury.
Goodness,
Whatever the health, the physicals, maybe it's got to be something came up on the physicals when they did it.
It's got to be. This is insane. Cam Whitmore's fallen this far.
Or some kind of something happened behind the scenes.
Dude was supposed to be like the 5th or 6th pick, like a week ago.
Don't just stand there. These can be signs of serious health issues, like an enlarged prostate or cardiovascular disease. So go.
Oh, commercials go away.
At Hartford Healthcare's Tallwood Men's Health.
Draft anniversary brought to you by Charles Schwab.
It's hard for me to imagine there's a better prospect. LeBron James is the best high school basketball player
I knew they were going to do that.
Yep, start playing LeBron highlights.
Select LeBron James. Back-to-back champions again. LeBron James wins his
So according to Kevin Connor of The Ringer, Keontae George and Taylor Hendricks make the Jazz the big winners tonight. Do you agree with that, Paul, or no?
Those are two good picks, two really good, valuable picks. Because both of those guys could have been top 10 picks also. They're borderline top 10 talents. I think that's not bad. I think the Magic too did a decent job. I think Black and what's his face?
Oh, pick.
With the 17th pick in the 2023 NBA draft, the Los Angeles Lakers select Jalen Hood-Schifino.
They got Hood-Schifino, so they got their point guard.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening with Whitmore right now, though.
I would say the Jazz are probably the winners right now. I mean, besides the Spurs, you'd say are definitely the biggest winners.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Just the fact that they got Victor, but those are two good picks. I mean, I like the Magic too. They got Jed Howard and Anthony Black, but those were both solid moves.
I'm trying to find any information on Whitmore right now at all because, I'm not finding anything.
I can't imagine he keeps falling that far. Like he can't fall to the second round.
Hey Tom, does this have signs of Will Levis?
I don't know. Did Cam put mayo in his coffee?
Ugh. Don't remind me of that, please. Ugh.
Yeah, that was one of the most disgusting things I've ever heard.
It was bad. That TikTok on that YouTube short actually did well when I found that video. Ugh.
So gross.
But Will Levis was projected like a top 5 to 7 pick, and he dropped in the second round. I was like, it's what it looks like where we're heading with Cam Whitmore.
He was a really weird prospect though, Levis, because he like kind of came out of nowhere, and then they were like, okay, he might be the best quarterback in the draft, and then yeah, like I felt like he kept going back and forth, right? Like there was a period of time where he was like projected second round, and then as the year went on, he just kept moving higher and higher up, and then ended up not getting drafted till the second round.
Something tells me he's going to drop to the second round.
That'd be nuts. That'd be a high value pick for the longer he falls, the more likely he's going to go to a contender. I mean, Miami's on the clock now. Golden State's up next.
Well,
this could be a good valuable pick for one of these teams.
According to Jake Fisher, who's the senior NBA reporter for Yahoo Sports, Utah has been conducting plenty of trade calls about the number 28 pick. That was one of the buzzier topics around the league, as this afternoon turned into this evening. Being told trade will depend on who's still on the board for the Jazz.
Interesting.
I don't know why we're talking about 28. That's kind of late in the round.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Tonight, your son achieves one of his dreams. How proud are you of him? So proud. So proud.
Imagine if you took all these interviews out, how long this draft would be.
I know. Seriously.
Look how much time we've spent in here already. Look at that clock up there.
2:17.
Yeah, 2:17. This is nuts. I know. It's going to be right around 3 hours by the time this round is done.
Oh, God.
I would say 3.5.
Well, yeah. I don't know. If they throw another commercial in, it'll definitely be. But
yeah, I'm hoping that it'll only be 45 minutes because there's no reason it shouldn't be.
Me too. Ugh.
But we'll see.
He has not yet been selected for many scouts around the league. Folks at the combine.
It is crazy though that's it's taking this long. 2:17, and we went on air 15 minutes before it started, so it's been going on for 2 hours. Started at 8, and they're only at the 18th pick.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy actually. I feel like they overanalyze every pick once it's picked.
Yeah. Oh, they're talking about Whitmore.
His agency, WME, in Santa Barbara in May, where he really impressed teams. Virtually literally all 30 teams were there. But his individual workouts, interviews with teams have not been as strong. There was a sense he would drop tonight, perhaps to the back end of the lottery. But now Cam Whitmore is dropping toward number 20. As we approach the second half of the first round.
Wow, so you didn't do a good job in some of his interviews and some of his workouts.
Okay, I need to scream about this again because this happened in the NFL draft. Tom, you remember what I'm talking about, right?
The IQ test with what's his name?
It was the other quarterback. I can't remember his name at the moment, but. We need to stop basing draft value on a test or on how you have a conversation. That.
Yeah.
Who was it?
Stroud. CJ.
Oh, Stroud. CJ Stroud. We need to stop basing value of a game based on a IQ test or how they talk. Go out and play ball. That's what you're there for.
Exactly. No, I get you with that. Yeah, when it's like when you hear that it's like it's an interview issue or something like that, it makes you think like okay, like if who really cares? There's plenty of head cases in the NBA, NFL, and MLB that are good players, and they couldn't care less that they're head cases because they're great.
Cough,
players.
cough. LeBron James, cough, cough.
Kyrie Irving.
Cough, cough.
Kevin Durant.
The biggest stars in the NBA don't know how to give interviews, and somehow they're stars.
Exactly.
All of a sudden, like, these teams are being head cases when it comes to how these guys interview and handle the media. Who cares? Unless you're Marshawn Lynch in the NFL and you just get, I'm just here so I don't get fined nonsense.
It's true. Just here so I don't get fined.
That will always be the best. Go down in history for me.
That was a classic. That was so funny.
And the 18th pick is in, and it's not Cam.
It's not.
All right, here we go.
The 18th pick in the 2023 NBA draft, the Miami Heat select Jaime Jaquez Jr.
Oh, they took Jaquez. Wow.
Little surprise there.
Little bit early second round guy that I had.
I was gonna say, he's not even on your board.
Yeah, he's not even on my board. He's not even in my top 10 right now. He's my 38th.
Wait a minute. What does that tell you about Cam Whitmore? That they're reaching for guys that are projected in the second round early.
That's crazy. Tells you a lot. So I don't even have to change my my top 10 now.
No.
For the first time tonight. Remains the same.
I don't know. This is very confusing. That Cam Whitmore's still sitting out there, and no one is willing to take that chance.
Jaime Jaquez. He's a good
Well,
player.
the Golden State Warriors are coming up. Maybe they'll take the chance.
Yeah. Could be.
Can you imagine if he ended up in a Warriors uniform? He's probably going to be like, "Thank you. I didn't go to a crappy team."
I'm telling you, it's one of these really good teams is going to end up snagging him, and if his injury issues aren't that bad, they end up getting a great deal. Watch him like fall the Nuggets.
Oh my God, that would be like that would be insane.
That'd be crazy.
He's only a 32% three-point shooter, but he can knock down the three. But he knows how.
Okay, good. Let's overanalyze it again.
To draft a player like Jaime Jaquez, his toughness, fundamentally sound, can play with other people. He's a stud.
Yeah, when you talk about the Miami Heat and having guys that play with a chip on their shoulder, Jaime Jaquez was number 95 in 2019 in the ESPN Top 100, right? That's with a chip on your shoulder, being doubted, people not expecting much of you, and then you get to UCLA, again, we talked about your Pac-12 Player of the Year. You lead your team in scoring at just under 18 points per game, diving on the floor, the hustle plays. These are all plays that inject the Miami Heat with energy. He is going to be an incredible fit in that organization. This sounds like it has Heat culture written all over.
Heat culture.
The Heat culture, my God.
Has seen
Another dumb thing I can't stand.
Heat culture.
That dumb hashtag they use on Twitter.
Incredible right now. Surreal. Words can't describe you right now.
Now listen, at the right polling, you are one of the oldest we've heard.
Oh.
In multiple Sweet 16s, you've been to the Final Four. What is your experience as a senior?
Oh my God, really?
How does that separate you from the rest of your draft classmates?
I think you said it best. I think just experience overall. Any experience is good experience, and I think I just treat it as such. And that's what I try to emphasize to these teams is, I got a lot of experience and a lot of games under my belt that I can use to help an NBA program or NBA team in the future. So.
Your parents, Jaime and Angela, are sitting with you. You guys, your son will now join a small but growing club of athletes that are Mexican-born or have Mexican descent. But I know to you, he is your baby.
Yes, sure.
How proud are you of him in this moment?
Oh
my gosh, the words cannot describe how proud I am. This is his dream. He's carried a basketball around his whole life, and he's dreamt about this, and we just couldn't be more proud.
Absolutely. We're so proud of my son just to see him, think about his goal was the NBA. Everyone has that goal, but for him to go out there and achieve it's incredible just to watch and witness.
Jaime, Angela, congratulations. Jaime, congratulations. Welcome to the NBA and the Heat.
Thank you.
No problem.
All right.
Monica, thank you. Jaime on his way to join Jimmy Butler, Bam on a bio with the Miami Heat as they try to return to the
NBA Finals. Now let's check out tonight's keys to success brought to you by Kia. And those keys come courtesy of the Golden State Warriors. They made a huge trade earlier today, acquiring Chris Paul. So let's bring our senior NBA insider, Adrian Wojnarowski, into the discussion along with our
good.
Bobby Marks. But Woj, I want to start with you here. How did the decision come together that Chris Paul was going to land in Golden State?
Oh, really? Again?
Real significant decision of the Mike Dunleavy.
The Chris Paul thing? Yeah.
General manager.
Here, wait. Let me add something.
Bringing Chris Paul.
Okay. Ugh.
Nice elevator music in the meantime.
I'm trying.
God, we gotta do something in between these picks. My God.
It's kind of ridiculous. At least in the NFL draft, like you can talk more analysis because that's normal.
Yeah.
But like, come on. Jesus.
All right, come on. Bring him out. Bring Silver out.
Today.
Okay, there we go.
Hallelujah!
With the 19th pick in the 2023 NBA Draft, the Golden State Warriors select Brandon Podziemski from San
Who?
No, they took Podziemski.
Brandon.
I had him ranked. I think I had him. Yeah, he was 11 right now on my best available. He was just outside.
Are we just going to play the Cam Whitmore game all the way to the end of the first round?
We're literally going to play that. This is insane.
Well, a couple things really stand out. First of all, it's the contrasting styles between Chris Paul and Golden State. Chris Paul likes to play slow. He likes to play methodical. Right. Golden State likes to play fast.
Well, we're about to enter the 20th pick at long last.
Most assists.
Hey, it's Houston right now, and then back-to-back picks for Brooklyn.
With the two greatest shooters of
Brooklyn might end up taking Whitmore. Roll the dice with one of those two picks. I would do it if I was them.
What do you want them to do?
I said they might take Whitmore with one of these two back-to-back picks that Brooklyn has.
You know what? I wouldn't be too mad at that actually.
Nah, it's not bad. Bro, you might as well roll the dice with one of those.
Yeah.
Guy's a high upside.
I know the ref just up for the task. It's Richard.
Unless Houston takes him here. Let's see.
That would be so apropos if Houston took Cam, like with all the injury issues and
yeah.
Why do I feel like we're going to find out something else about Cam Whitmore that we didn't know? Some kind of off the court issue.
Right, yeah. There's got to be something more to us. If he falls, like if he were to fall to the second round, there's got to be something up.
Decision looming. This is not a pick, but Woj just said the Houston Rockets are strongly considering Whitmore. It's not a pick. Not a pick, but they're saying that they're considering the pick.
Who?
I think
the Rockets are on the clock right now.
If they don't take him here, I think Brooklyn takes him with one of those two picks. I think he's going to go like right around now.
And you know what? I wouldn't be mad at Brooklyn if they took him.
No, that's at 21 and 22. That's a high upside pick that you usually don't see that that late in the first round.
I mean, if he has a high offensive standard as a top 5 guy, then Brooklyn's going to make it look a bandit if they somehow get him at 21 or 22.
Absolutely.
I can tell you our analysts are already talking about his shooting ability and the organization that just drafted him. But having watched him from a young man to now in his basketball career, what are the Warriors getting in your son?
A hard grinder, a
I mean, you're going to see some good dudes don't understand his work ethic.
His dad just called him a dog.
I was gonna say his dad saying the words hard grinder and dog.
He's got that dog in him.
Oh, I got that dog in it. The Ric Flair. Hey, my boy has got that dog in him.
You know what that just made me think of also because you just said my boy.
Oh no,
my boy.
And I was going on the Ric Flair, and he is gonna make him ride Spacebound. Woo!
Woo! Just playing against him, and now he is going to get the chance to. Hey, let's take a look.
I've just been spoiled.
Oh well, the pick actually come in.
We are waiting. Oh, don't tell me ESPN's going to. They're going to commercial.
Ah, damn it!
Ah!
This is terrible.
Ah!
They're trying to make us suffer.
I seriously cannot with this. Oh, is that James Brown? Please.
What?
I said I like James Brown, but I'm like, please, that's not appropriate music right now. I don't feel like partying. I feel like just getting this over and done with.
No, Tom, this is you right now.
Oh my God! Like a needle. Please stop. Get it done.
Feeling good. I just found all these cars on Auto Trader. Now wait for the best part that right where a dealer is going to deliver this car to our home. Never leave home. Never leave home. Oh, it's here. There is one thing I can't do from home.
Someone stop him!
Oh God, so many goddamn commercials.
It's terrible.
These commercials are getting worse. Also.
Suburban bacon jam and jalapeno kick, topped with 4-piece crisp.
Oh, now we got an IHOP commercial. What is this? Are we?
I didn't know IHOP was still in business.
I think I've been to IHOP once in my life.
Maybe once for me as well.
Yeah, there's one in my town, but I never go.
Just gonna. Well, thankfully it wasn't the commercial for the Rudy Tooty Fruity.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Sunday Night Baseball, an actual ESPN program that I want to watch.
Well, maybe.
I wanted to watch this. I wanted to. It's 10:18, and in fact, we're only at pick 20. I don't want to watch it anymore.
I thought this was going to be like Snap Snap with 2 rounds. I really did.
I can't remember. I watch this every year. I can't remember the first round taking this long. Like in years past. It started at 8 o'clock. It's been.
Paul made a good point. We were on here 15 minutes before 8 o'clock.
Yeah. So this has been going on for 2 hours 15.
Oh.
We're only at the 20th pick. Or 21st, whatever.
No, I think you were right. 20.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's right. It's literally sitting right in front of me.
I'm falling asleep sitting here. That's how bored I am right now.
I feel like my anger that I just expressed before was just like Wander Franco's. Or do we have Mr. ASS? Yes, we do have Mr. ASS.
In the 2023 NBA draft, the Houston Rockets select Cam Whitmore from Villanova.
Hallelujah.
The Cam Whitmore game is over.
Heads to the NBA.
Wow.
Cam Whitmore.
There he is.
Did miss the first 2 games of the season with thumb surgery, but then he said he was determined to come back.
There he is.
I just feel really bad for him that he has to go to the Rockets.
Yeah.
Ugh.
An absolute steal mean, Maliki, you talked about his NBA body and his strength.
God, only 9 more picks or 10 more picks, whatever it is at this point.
I love how we're literally counting down for this to be over.
I remember. I feel like time has like physically just slowed down.
Yeah.
That's how slow this is going.
I agree.
You don't find athletes like this all the time, and I thought he was a top 5 talent coming into this draft. I think Houston got themselves a steal at number 20.
You just saw the highlights of him being a disruptive defender, getting out
Oh
defending.
my God. Ugh.
Houston struggled this season, defending points in transition, and turning the ball over and it leading to layups. The energy that really both of these guys are going to bring defensively is going to be huge for Houston. Someone who knows a little something about Cam Whitmore is Dan Hurley, the UConn coach. He's going to be joining us in just a little bit. But first, let's hear from Whitmore. He is with Online Having.
Cam, a dream realized.
Oh God, really? Now we're gonna do another interview.
You broke your leg, you had to battle with that adversity. Tonight, you realized a dream. How are you feeling in the moment?
I mean, I'm excited, grateful to be here. I mean, I'm blessed. Been in one of the NBA for 90 years since I was born. Blessed to be here.
Mom, Colleen, Dad, none of these athletes are able to do this.
Well, hopefully they're running out of guys in the green room, so they won't have interviews anymore.
Yeah, it's easier said than done. They'll make up interviews if they have to.
Yeah.
Just always had this goal, and he's never given
Wait, Tom, you're muted.
Can we call you for a video chat?
What? Oh, you're talking about guys.
Yeah. It said. We need to do an interview. So I know we know you're not in the green room, but we can always do Skype or FaceTime,
StreamYard, whatever.
StreamYard.
Like in the
plug.
Like in the 2020 draft because of COVID, so no one was able to be with each other. They just called into everyone's houses.
Oh God. You mean the Roger Goodell syndrome during during COVID?
That was like, it's really like 3 years later, thinking back at that, like that was crazy. That was like insane that actually happened.
Ugh.
Roger Goodell doing the entire draft from his basement.
I'll just let the comments say it. It's an Adam Silver slip up. There we go.
Oh God damn.
I'll just let the comments say it. They're saying it for me. I don't have to say it. It's an Adam Silver slip up. There you go. See, it's easier when the comments section says it and I don't have to say it.
It's just great that where you both come through for each other. He helped us win the championship in college basketball, and then we were able to help him reach his dream. So it was just an incredible moment to see the emotion with the family. They put all of their lives and resources into his career.
Oh, God, enough of these already.
Great. That emotion was awesome.
Coach, we've talked about his skill so much here on this desk, but for you winning a championship with Jordan, how impactful was his play in that championship run?
I think he's the best shooter, or the most unique shooter that's come into the draft in the last couple of years. He wasn't just a toes to the line, catch and shoot. The speed and the movement and how quickly he gets into his three. He became better in terms of the shot making at the different levels. And he's a tough guy. He's very competitive. He's skinny. He's going to eat well in New Orleans, and he's going to put on.
What the hell? What? Now we're talking about food?
A really high-level score. New Orleans.
Makes no sense.
What is happening right now? Are they that starved? Sorry for the pun. For content that they have nothing to talk about?
Must be.
Hey, the Brooklyn Nets only have 30 seconds left for this pick.
The shooting is breathtaking when you see it.
I don't know who are these?
Which means they get to be jumped in the next pick by the Brooklyn Nets.
He's got a chip on his shoulder.
That was the trade they made with Phoenix when they got the 2 picks.
Yeah,
that's right. That was the Kevin Durant deal. Yeah.
Rebounding and 3-point shooting are Bobby Marks' team needs.
All right, down to 1 second. Now time is up. Pig is in.
About time. Up, I see the pick.
How do you feel, Mr. Net Fan?
I don't see the name on your available 10.
Oh, no.
Oh, really?
At least from what I'm seeing at the moment.
Brooklyn, what did you do?
I'm waiting for it to scroll back. Yeah, because I don't see the name as of yet. Scrolling on the bottom.
I'm very interested to see who this pick is now.
Let's see. Let it scroll again.
Come on, just say it.
Watch. It'll be another 5 minutes.
Oh, wait. What are they doing?
What?
Oh no! Oh, it's because they're talking. Okay, so they started showing Andre Jackson Jr. It's like highlights and stuff before they announced the pick. So I was assuming that he got picked, but
It's not him. I can tell you, it's not him.
Yeah, they're talking to Hurley, so he's talking about his team.
Yeah, so I can confirm to you, it's not on your best 10.
Gotcha. Interesting. Wonder who it's going to be. Oh, my God, the pick is in. Let's go.
This is like getting insane now. Like I can't even like.
They should give both of the picks. They should know both of the picks and hand in both cards.
You would think
like fantasy sports when they get the back-to-back picks. Just
exactly, and you do it, and you literally do it like that.
Are we still talking?
All right, here we go.
Wow, how original.
In the 2023 NBA draft, the Brooklyn Nets select Noah Clowney.
Noah Clowney. Yep, he I had him the 14th best available.
Oh God, enough with the puns.
Where's Brooklyn at? Oh,
where is Brooklyn at?
Nowhere right now. Lost.
Better in a better position than Dallas.
It's debatable, actually. At least they have Luka.
All right, let's go to our next pick. Oh, what do you know? It's the Brooklyn Nets.
Oh, that's like Paul said. If you have back-to-back picks, you should just be able to throw them both in there.
Yeah. You should have to give him both cards because, like, how do they not know who they're going to take right here with this next pick? They definitely know.
They basically planned both picks and just been done right there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he's a little bit inconsistent, but his mechanics are solid and he can improve. But his rebounding, his ability to guard multiple spots and switch out, and he plays hard. I think this is an upside pick for the Nets at 21.
Oh, good. Now we're going to spend 10 minutes on this pick now.
You take a look at some of Noah's highlights. What do you see them needing to do here?
This is going past 3 hours. We're already we're at 2:44 now.
Offered for the number 3 pick tonight. Mikal Bridges had multiple teams offering 4 or 5 first-round picks last year. And if you look back at that playoff series against the Philadelphia 76ers, they had no size outside of Nick Claxton. And I think with Noah Clowney, they view him as being able to play alongside Claxton because of maybe the potential upside of him as a shooter.
You can see him, everyone gathering around, sharing a moment, smiles all over in his green room, and now Noah Clowney is with our Monica McNutt.
Noah, you weren't a highly touted high school recruit. In a short time, you have improved your game enough to be drafted to the NBA. Can you describe your journey to get here?
Again.
I always was overlooked, so it was like when I finally did get an opportunity, I always worked hard. I was always going to work hard. Any opportunity I did get, it got me somewhere. So like, we here now, like I'm still shooting, but it is real.
Like, can we just move this along? Let's go. Come on.
To watch your son put in that time and effort, whether people were talking about him or not. Now that he's here, what have you seen in his character that will help him make an impact in the NBA?
person. So just him being there, his will to win, like putting himself second. It's fine. That was well said by Zion. Larry, Zion,
What happened?
congratulations. Noah, congratulations on your next chapter. Thank you.
That was very awkward. His mom tried to hand the mic to his dad, and his dad was like, "I don't know what to say."
Oy.
Good job, Dad.
He's got a major edge, as he just mentioned there. Overlooked coming out of high school, did not go to
Oy.
the game circuit. He's got something to prove, and I think he will in Brooklyn for a team, as JJ said, certainly undersized. They've got Nick Claxton on the last year's contract here.
This
Also, best
this
available.
draft has gone so long. It's been so boring, and it's just been paced so terribly. I got my grad school work done doing all this.
Oh, wow.
There you go.
Look at that. All right.
Jeez Louise.
Wait, I wasn't ready for that. I didn't think you were going to say that.
Yeah, look, they have a star in Mikal
God
Bridges.
damn it.
I don't know
That one.
It's very clear based on his production. At the end of
I mean, good lord. How did I finish before this draft?
Or before this was over.
That's what I mean.
That second in most improved player and on my all-defensive team. They've got a strong young core and multiple draft picks going forward.
I'm sure people will have fun watching this in replay when it's over.
I won't.
Oh man.
I won't, because I don't want to think about this draft ever again.
Now you understand why I never wanted to do the MLB draft?
What's the purpose of even doing the MLB draft?
No, I'm saying now, remember there were some people who wanted to do the MLB draft? I was like, not happening.
Picks back, a lot of which they had given up.
The MLB draft is worse than this.
They were expecting Ben Simmons to play an all-star, all-NBA.
Oh, God. Wait, now they're talking about Ben Simmons. Great. Good
We're
job.
We're just really hitting all the points today.
He has really struggled in Brooklyn. And
Actually, this is a good point right here. Here we go.
I'm Ben's friend. I still believe in him. But
Here, wait.
Guangdong Tigers.
Wait.
Guangdong Tigers. Ni hao! Ni hao! Ni hao!
Ni hao.
Yeah, really.
On their future, including
All right, pick us in.
Hallelujah! Yay!
Let's go.
We did it. I feel like the last two picks have taken like 10 minutes.
I know. They've been going extra slow, I feel like. The other picks weren't this slow.
Watch, this is Adam Silver saying, as long as we don't give the pick, we can stay on the screen longer. Oh, I got the pick.
They still probably need more size and more depth in the front court because they really.
This guy's also not your best available 10.
Wow.
Ohio State is the best shooter available. And Jay, by the way, if you bring him up, and he had an injury earlier in the season, he's proven he can score.
The Nets kept their preferences under wrap.
They did.
A lot of medical red flags. He's turned out to be a fantastic NBA player.
Well, Sean Marks' latest pick is in.
Oh.
Silver.
By the way, Sean Marks is still lucky to have a job, by the way.
Yeah.
With the 22nd pick in the 2023 NBA Draft, the Brooklyn Nets select Dariq Whitehead from Duke University.
Dariq Whitehead.
I don't think that was in your best available 10, right?
No, he was just outside. He's ranked 34. Yeah, he's like I think 14 outside.
Boy.
He was another dude that had a lot of injury issues. That's why he's fallen this far. But they knew that like a month going into the draft.
I don't think we saw the best from Dariq Whitehead in
terms of his explosion and his athletic
Ugh.
only because of the injuries. He is extremely versatile, plays hard on both ends, and scores the basketball as well. This is a great pickup in terms of toughness for the Nets.
Derek Whitehead is headed to Brooklyn, where toughness he is going to bring. We will be right back on the other side with the Portland Trailblazers on the clock.
Tell me about these tears.
Did they really just go to another commercial break?
Did they?
Did they
Are you
really?
kidding me?
5 years old, I've seen this. I knew this day was coming.
Oh, come on.
Jeez. I'm going to get myself set up in my room, so I'll be back in a minute.
Okay. Oh, brutal. Unbelievable. Can't make this up.
No, it's honestly pathetic.
How long this has been.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know who's on the board at this point. Who's on the clock? Portland?
Yeah.
Oh, ow. My legs are falling asleep. Come on, draft picks, quicker. Oh, come on, draft picks. Come on. And looks like Sham's got the Portland pick, yeah.
Yeah, and this was supposed to be the next pick before trade.
So Portland got the pick from New York.
Yep.
I don't know. I'm looking to see if that's in his best available 10. Looks like Paul dropped down. I don't know what happened?
He went to change rooms, I think.
Announce the pick. I have the pick. I just don't know if they announced it.
They have not. They're still in commercial break.
Of course.
The pick is in. They're just still in commercial.
See.
Fix that. Nope.
Oh, there he is.
Paul seems to be back.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe. There he is.
There we go.
I'm back. Chris Murray is the pick.
Oh, yep. They didn't even go to. Did they get Adam Silver up?
Was it in the commercial when it happened?
No, I think Adam Silver came up. I saw him.
Oh, okay. I was looking at something else. So, Chris Murray of Iowa.
Oh, I wish this would end already. Oy.
Yeah, we're actually going to hit 3 hours on the air before we even get to 25 picks.
Oh my God! What?
Certainly helped him right away. And then positionally, of course, Jeremy Grant is a free agent, not knowing if he'll be back with Portland.
Who doesn't love adorable growing up childhood photos? It is so special being drafted into the NBA with your brother. This is such a small fraternity, and to be able to have a family member join it as well is just it's incredible, Jack.
Well, the one question we haven't asked is when do these guys come off their football plans?
I'm still on mine.
I think a lot of young people are. It's amazing. NBA players are still on their parents' softball plans. You know that for a fact? Yes. Want me to name names? All these guys are on their parents' softball plans. Oh, come on.
Oh, the Kings have a trade in.
Sacramento King. Well, the pick just came in, but there's a trade.
Oh, it says I have the name. It says they're trading the number 24 to Dallas.
Dallas now on the clock. Okay.
Very interesting.
I was gonna say, I mean, Sacramento had a season in which
they made the playoffs.
They actually were good for a change, but fell in the first round because it's the Kings. And I'm just wondering if they can keep that same momentum when lightning strike twice, or if they're going to be the same Kings as they ever were.
No, I think they're a much better team this time around. I do.
I tend to agree too. I think that they have a much better core. And they've actually figured it out too. They actually have a couple of star players with Fox and Sabonis, and some good depth.
And Fox is their long term. I think he signed either a rookie max or a.
Yeah. He signed a max deal, so he's there for a while.
I'll never forgive for what they did to my boy Jason Thompson.
Oh God. Yes.
Jason Thompson.
I've heard that name in forever.
It's been a while.
Good old Ryder. You know, the best basketball player to ever come out of Ryder.
So it says Sacramento is they have the name selecting a 24.
Yeah, I just saw the name and trading him to Dallas for Shams. Oh, here it is.
Olivier Maxence Prosper. And he was right outside my top 10.
His last name is Prosper.
Yeah, his first name's Olivier Maxence.
I was going to say, live long and prosper. You're going to hear that a million times now, too.
Oh, yes.
That's actually true.
Whenever if he's a high flyer and he makes a dunk, you're just going to hear the announcer say, live long and prosper. Oh. Got to do something to pass the time. This is going far too slow.
Start coming up with nicknames for each player that gets drafted.
Well, the John Sterling effect, Tom. Just come up with everyone's nickname as they are up to play. And we're 30 seconds away from 3 hours. Oh,
it's crazy.
I thought 2 rounds at worst were going to be 2 hours. I didn't think it was going to be like 3 hours and we're not done.
I didn't really think it was going to be this long either. This is longer than most NBA drafts are. I can't remember a draft taking this long.
And it's not like there was very many highly anticipated guys.
No, They're just dragging this out like longer than possible.
You know what it is? ESPN is so desperate for content with all the issues they're having right now with the massive layoffs they're about to have again with talent, content.
It's crazy. It's insane.
They're literally going to drag out anytime you see them doing something live, they're going to drag the shit out of it to keep it on longer.
This thing's going to go to like 1 a.m. The second round is going to go a lot faster because it's less time and they don't have everybody like at the stadium to like do interviews and all that kind of stuff. So second round always goes by a lot faster, but this is definitely this isn't going to end till like 1 a.m.
I mean, so we're at 24. We still have 6 picks. This is going to go until like 11:15 at least.
Yeah, I would think so. It's going to be another half hour for sure.
I don't know, and they don't take a break between rounds, do they? I don't even know if.
No, they don't. They always switch. Adam Silver stops coming out, and that guy is the deputy commissioner.
Wait a minute, my favorite guy. Oh wait, he's the head of media. He's not the deputy commissioner.
All right, we're on to the Celtics. It's Memphis on the broadcast, but there is a proposed trade in which Boston.
Wait a minute, another trade.
No.
The Milwaukee Bucks are acquiring number 36 in a deal with the Orlando Magic.
Okay, 36, so we don't have to worry about it.
I'm confused, though. Why is that coming out now?
Because they probably just dropped now. Boston.
Oh, wait a minute. Woj also confirmed in the Kings deal, Kings are sending Holmes into the trade player exception created with the OKC trade. So I guess that's part of the money or whatever they had. Is that another commercial?
Yep.
Are you kidding me? Come on. This is just insane. And by the way, the Boston pick is in.
Yeah, I actually spoiled.
Wait a minute, and it's being traded.
Oh my God! Yeah, just traded. Boston is drafting blank and is trading to Detroit
for number 31. So this is a first rounder being traded for a second rounder.
For the first pick of the second round, yeah. All right.
Why are we getting all the trade action now?
Because dumb. That's why. All right, so an update, everybody. This is now Detroit's pick.
Detroit's from Memphis via Boston.
From Memphis via Boston. Come on, just announce the pick.
Well, we're in a commercial. We can't really do much, but
just end it.
Yeah, really.
It.
I don't think this guy's in your best available 10 either.
No, he's right outside of he's actually 11.
Oh, you saw the pick?
Yeah, I saw it. I cost it for myself. But yeah, he's 30 ranked 31 overall. He's 11 on my best available.
Oh. This is making it longer. All the trades and all this stuff is making this go longer. Oh.
Well, I feel like they're just taking so much longer to announce them, though, too. Like, it's been saying the pick is in, and usually they announce them relatively quickly. They're taking, like 3-4 minutes after it says pick is in.
Wait a minute. Chris Murray's brother is in the league?
Keegan Murray.
Keegan Murray? He's in the league, right?
Yeah, he's on Sacramento. He was drafted last year.
Hey, so we got another set of brothers in the league.
Yep. They're twins, too.
Oh, my God.
But Keegan was drafted as a freshman last year in the top 5. He was
a one and done.
Oh, yeah. Look, Mick, a Cars for Kids commercial just popped up.
No. Oh. For most people who don't know that story, since we have a minute to tell a story, when I worked in radio overnights, and I had to listen to a syndicated show for 5 hours on the overnight, the Cars for Kids commercial ran 3 times an hour. Three times an hour.
That's awful.
That's
terrible.
And I was like, "Are you serious right now?"
Why are they showing highlights? Like what?
All right, actually, here's an interesting story, Nick. I'm very curious. Would you give any money to a certain individual if they were building a website? What individual? Allow me to fill you in on who.
RELAX.
Why are you asking that?
I don't know, because one of my favorite radio stations just posted a news story where it says, let's see, Aaron Rodgers.
Marcus Sasser.
Okay, what were you saying again? I'm sorry.
No, hang on, because now I need to do
Update.
this. Yes.
Now that's a name too.
Probably full of sass.
Oh God.
It's
been. I'll give you a pass. It's been over 3 hours.
Yeah, it's that time of the night.
No,
He's down here.
Thank you very much. I'm here till Thursday.
I was trying to give you a pass because it's been over 3 hours.
Well, I
can
did it
understand.
myself, so you didn't need to. Here's the story. Aaron Rodgers is crowdsourcing $1 million for a website that he and his business partners are designing. It'll be called Online Sports Database, and it'll essentially be the sports version of the movie site imdb.com. And he wants your money.
Yeah. Okay. The guy who makes $40 million a year is asking for people's money. That makes total sense. No, hey Aaron, you know what my answer to that is?
Stay off the weed. Duh.
Speaking
Yeah,
of weed,
that.
Indiana Pacers now select.
What?
I don't know if weed is legal or not in Indiana, but here you. I said, speaking of weed, Indiana selecting.
Yeah, 3+ hours. We actually haven't heard Stephen A's voice. That's impressive.
No, but if you were listening on ESPN or ABC broadcast, you've heard it.
I feel bad for those people.
Thank God they don't have Kendrick Perkins and Stephen A. Smith on the studio for the NBA draft. They did that last year, and the two of them are just like they don't know anything. Like if you it's okay if you don't watch college basketball, but you gotta at least get somebody who knows the guys.
I like crack. Yes, really. But who's oh my God, I can't remember his name. He was on First Take this morning covering the draft.
Jay Billis?
No, the older guy.
Seth Greenberg?
Thank you. I like Seth Greenberg too.
Seth Greenberg's good. Yeah. He is really good.
Actually, him and Mike, aren't they related? Mike Greenberg and Seth Greenberg? I think they're family.
Oh, really?
I think they are family, yeah.
I know Seth Greenberg was a college coach for a long time.
Very long time.
Yeah, and now he does the color.
By the way, I told this to Tom when we did our episode. If you want to check out episode 189, go check it out. ETB Network, YouTube, audio platforms. Anyway, did you see the Boston Celtics yesterday put out a compilation video of DeMarcus Smart before he was traded? And the quote they put up for him was, "I go out there and leave everything I have on the floor."
Really? No.
Before he got traded.
That's crazy. Terrible coincidence.
According to Woj, number 31 and future second-round picks to the Pistons. Pacers are keeping number 26 and eyeing a mid-major riser on boards, according to Woj. So what does that mean?
A mid-major riser?
Yeah.
Who could be? Maybe Maxwell Lewis?
That's crazy though. The Celtics. So the Celtics are getting number 31 and future second-round picks. More picks for the Celtics. Does it become an embarrassment of draft capital at one point?
Oh
At
yeah.
some point, yeah.
Look at Utah with Danny Ainge, the amount of draft picks he had. You got to use it at some point. Unless he's going to trade it for another star. I see the 26th pick. Yeah.
Take the place of John Morant for those first 25 games, but they imagined Smart and Morant together. This was a player that.
Oh, all right. They need to stop talking about this.
I know.
Because the man is suspended for 25 games. They should not be talking about that.
Come on, pick us in. Let's just announce
It
it.
should be more than 25 games, but that's besides the point.
Oh, yeah. Well, we all agree. I think we all agree it should have been a season, but.
Yeah. They were never going to do that, though.
Oh, yeah. Paul and I said that. You even said that. Like we all knew it was
Yeah.
not going to happen. He didn't even get a quarter of a season.
Stupid. It's crazy.
The hot take I would have is if this was David Stern, he would have suspended him for the season.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ben Shepherd. He was I had him at 39. He was a mid-major riser, too.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
By the way, while we're waiting for more info on the picks, I guess since they were talking about, I guess we could talk about it too. The Golden State Warriors potential starting lineup, by the way, now with the trade. Chris Paul, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Andrew Wiggins, Draymond Green.
I still think they're cursed because, CP3 cursed. Come playoff time, they're going to collapse. He's there.
I see the way I was looking at it, I didn't get to say this to you, Paul. I think that CP3 is going to be a spell guy most of the time when he's playing. I don't think they're showing him as a starter. I think he's going to be like second unit guy when Steph come out.
He might be. He definitely might be.
Look how well traveled this next pick is.
Charlotte
Started
Hornets
in Denver, then went to New York, then went to Oklahoma City, then went to Charlotte.
Oh my God!
No. Nobody wanted this pick.
Apparently not. I don't know. I think CP3 with Steph and Klay is going to make a difference, though. For some reason, I think it might.
I tend to agree with you. I actually think I think it was a pretty good move, but I also agree that I could see him coming out of the second unit and them not combining all three of them in the starting lineup. I feel like that's probably the smartest thing to do too, because you're going very small too. If you're starting Wiggins and Draymond as the 4 and the 5.
You don't have a true center on that starting lineup.
No, not at all.
They can almost get beat by Denver just alone by Jokic.
Yeah. No, seriously. They don't have you got to have a Kevin Looney being able to start because he can match up against other big guys and is a good defensive player.
I will say though, they will be one of the best passing teams in the NBA though.
Oh, absolutely.
Between Steph and CP3, they're going to probably lead the league in assists this upcoming season.
I mean, they're already insanely great passing team, and you add Chris Paul to that. That's.
And by the way, adding CP3 to spread the floor, Clay's going to get more open looks.
Yeah. Well, I think that's what they're thinking, honestly, with that trade. They're trying to see if Chris Paul can run the offense and try to get Steph and Klay some better looks because. A lot of times they just double team Steph.
And they got to run off the ball screens, which is tiring the two of them out.
Well, we got ASS.
Nick Smith Jr.
I think that was on your list.
Yeah, he was my number 1.
Ugh.
3 more.
We're almost there.
By the way, we totally blew over our time. It's 3:15 now. 3 hours and 15 minutes.
Oh my god.
This is nuts.
Never thought it was going to be this.
So according to Woj, Ohio State's Bryce Sensabaugh has been a pre-draft target of the Utah Jazz, who are picking at 28.
Bryce Sensabaugh?
Yeah. Where is that on the board over there?
He is my 4th best available right now. Adding...
And it's an incredible feeling. And for someone like him, who was the #1 player in his high school class,
And I got the pick too. Oh my god, all these picks are well traveled.
Philadelphia, Brooklyn, and then Utah. I think major city, and then middle of nowhere.
Dud. I think we made a good call. We would have been sitting here for 5 hours if we had.
Oh, yeah. Forget it. None of us would get any sleep tonight.
Are you working from home at least tomorrow?
I'm actually off tomorrow because I worked the weekend, so my week was Sunday to Thursday.
Oh, so you lucked out. All right, that's good at least.
I did luck out, yeah. So I got a 3-day weekend, so I'm fine. I just gotta get my hair cut tomorrow. That's about it.
Oh. Oy.
There's so much other crap I would rather do at this point because it's just torture.
We're almost there.
Post MMA
left.
Post MMA outside of clips.
I already have scheduled all of them.
Oh my god, really?
Yes.
Oh.
You want me to do more grad school work? Come on.
No, I don't think so. I think you had enough for a night.
I think I've already typed out 1,500 words today.
Oh my god, what? That's insane. 1,500 words.
I mean, it's also insane that we've been here 3+ hours and we're still not done.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. I literally thought this was going to be 2 hours. Like,
yeah.
Oh my god, more interviews! Yay!
Wait.
Oh, it's coming out now. They're starting to go a little faster.
Up, ASS.
With the 28th pick in the 2023 NBA Draft, the Utah Jazz select
Sensabaugh.
so that was the guy that Woj was projecting.
Yeah. All right, only 2 left. We're almost there.
Hallelujah. Oi. We'll try to make the ending quick, by the way. We won't keep you much longer after the last round pick.
Sounds good.
Just to kind of do the little bit of housekeeping at the end. And most people haven't been watching yet. Our YouTube channel did hit over 400 subscribers, by the way, so we are growing little by little every day. Subscribe, youtube.com/ETB Network. Help us out. All our shows, ETB, 3&D, Game On, Fruity Cereal, and much more.
Plenty of great content.
Yeah. And some new shows, including one that starts recording tomorrow and another one that starts in July, which will have a little more from the sports side. We'll fill it in a week or so. We had another commercial?
Got another commercial, yeah.
Oh.
But the pick is in, though. Dun, dun, dun.
Okay, so I should explain this one. So on the broadcast, it's Indiana, but there has been a reported trade that Denver is going to be the one who selects this pick. So this is the pick for your new defending NBA champions.
The Denver Nuggets.
Didn't they make a trade like right after the NBA Finals also for 2 first-rounders? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they did. They did well for like a couple of early second rounders, I think.
Oh, that's right.
It was it was this pick, the 29th they traded for, but they also traded for like the 33rd or something like that. And
yeah. And by the way, they just had a free agent announced also, didn't they? Brown.
Yeah. Bruce Brown.
Which, by the way, big player for them off the bench. I mean,
I know. Yeah, he had like a $6 million player option, so he was easily going to opt out of that.
I think he's going to get like 15, 16, I think.
He probably is. They don't think he's going to come back because he's probably going to get too much money.
I could see him getting like 2 years, 30 million somewhere, like easily.
Definitely could.
Even though I think he should come back to Denver. I think that was a good spot for him, to be honest.
Yeah.
He's not going to be a starter. He's going to be off the bench.
No, yeah. But he'll definitely get more than 6.
As scary as that sounds, a $15 million a year guy off the bench.
That's the world we're headed into. Every team's going to have a $20 million guy off the bench soon.
Just think about that for a second. You're making $20 million and you're sitting on the bench. Nice life.
You're playing in the NBA, though. That's the greatest.
Well, yeah. Well, you're sitting on a bench waiting to have your number called. I mean... Paul, what were the numbers on Steph's contract? Because I think that's going upwards to the 60 range at one point, isn't it? So you're gonna have Dame and Steph both making 60 million.
Yeah, by the final year of his contract, I think he's making like 62 or 63.
Oh my god,
it's crazy. Him and Lillard both the final years of their contracts.
But you know what it is? The Dame one makes no sense because he hasn't won anything. At least I think with Steph's, like they did it for Cap, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
at the time, at least, not now, but
yeah, like you get certain exemptions and stuff by doing that.
But I think he made like 30-something million at the beginning, like the first 3-4 years of that contract.
Oh yeah, no, he did. I'll look up the contract right now.
You know what? It paid off for them in the long run, though.
Exactly. I mean, these teams couldn't care less. That's why they give them so much money. Yeah, he made he made 48 this past year, and he makes in 25-26 he'll make 59.6.
Oh my god! What the hell? And another trade is in the second round, though.
Julian Strother, just included him on my best available.
Oh man, we're approaching 3.5 hours. Oh my god. Oh.
Final pick.
Oh, is it really? Okay, good.
It's 30.
Oh. Just for housekeeping, Woj just said Minnesota's traded to get number 33 from San Antonio.
All right, so there's Julian Strother from Gonzaga. And now, last but not least, a pick that was originally Milwaukee's, went to Houston, and is now in the possession of the LA Clippers, who will be making this pick here.
So, with Minnesota trading the 33rd pick to San Antonio, Timberwolves are getting Spurs 2 future second-round picks. Oh. You're right, Paul. This is not going to end until like around 1 a.m.
Nah, yeah. Not a shot.
And I ain't staying here till 1 a.m. No offense, you two.
No, oh no,
I'm
I'm with you.
I'm not staying here either.
I'm with you.
I've got about 10 minutes left in me.
Yeah, there's plenty of other opportunities to do streams. This is not the time to hit the high energy button here. Oh. Leave that for the real live game. You want to go 4 hours, then I'm fine with that. I don't know, Tom, what's the longest thing we ever did?
Was it this past NFL draft? This past one we did 4.5, I think.
The NFL draft always constantly goes long on purpose.
But we did but this NFL draft was the first time we did the pre-show because we didn't do an episode that week. It was just so we were running through the normal headlines. So
did a half an hour before the draft.
Yeah, we did a half-hour mini show and then we did the 4-hour draft itself.
Oh, I think that one went almost 5 hours total.
Yeah, more like 4.5. Pick's still not in.
Come on, don't make it suspenseful. Just give us the pick.
Yeah, but then we got to do the interview.
And we still have other stuff for the network to get done too. Yeah, I know. Me too.
They are certainly a tax team. What are their options? They sort of survey.
Yeah, I mean, the big option is certainly going to be what happens with Russell Westbrook. Yep, he's a free agent. The most you can pay him is $3.7 million here. The other big question is what happens with Paul George and Kawhi. Both players are extension eligible. Well-known, history of basically being on the sidelines more than on the court here. That's going to end at a spanking brand new building in 2024-25. So, what do the Clippers do here at 30? Are they go for more of a project or what?
Who's getting a new building?
Bobby, thank you. Let's take a look at the price tag that Steve.
I have no idea. I missed that.
I thought that's what I heard him say.
Players for Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, of course, signed in July of 2019. JJ, Bobby just laid out a couple of options here. Health. Health seems to be just the biggest word when you're talking about the Clippers. But what do you see as their problem?
Well, I like that Bobby brought up Russell Westbrook because it was a poor fit with the Los Angeles Lakers. You know, we had to get a Lakers reference in there, guys. That's what we're paid to do here. We're paid here to do. No, but look, he was great for them in the regular season. He was even better in the playoffs. He gives them.
Are they really taking this long between the last pick?
That is someone who's going to put pressure on the rim and create generally a methodical.
We actually only have 60 seconds left before the clock runs out on the Clippers.
Yay.
Okay,
I got the pick. Yeah.
Hallelujah.
Right away, because if they're not going to move off Paul George, then they're still in win now mode.
Right. They were eliminated by the Suns in the first round, so they're looking for someone that can help immediately. Because again, we saw Kawhi Leonard go through the season essentially load managing and doing it well. Because in the moments that we saw him, he looked excellent. The chatter was, "This is the Kawhi Leonard we all remember." So if they need someone to contribute now, Jay, who is that person?
Could be Colby Jones from Xavier. Like he's what Bobby referred to as a win now player. He's played multiple years at Xavier. He's got a great all-around game. He's a winner, good defender, passer, rebounds, scores. Yeah, he's got a complete game.
I think Leonard Miller as well from the G League Ignite. I mean, this is a guy that played in the G League Ignite, played against professionals, who can score the basketball, who can defend, and he brings a lot of size. So you're talking about Kawhi Leonard maybe not being available. Leonard Miller is going to give you that size that Kawhi has. Going back to Christian Brown, I mean, like I said, it doesn't take, it's not every rookie that can come in and have an impact like that in high pressure situations. You've seen it, you've been around this league for a long time. For a team that's in a win now window, what does it take to come in and immediately make that kind of impact?
Health and stability at point guard are Bobby Marks' needs for the Clippers.
Yeah, Clippers need a lot. They need to replace Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. Oh, here we go!
In the 2023 NBA Draft, the LA Clippers select Kobe Brown from the University.
There it is.
Kobe Brown.
A Kobe gets selected by a Los Angeles team.
Oh, look at that. Oops. I almost fell off my chair again. Great.
Okay, I think it's time we got the hell out of here.
All right, let's, Paul, lower that down so we can get through the end of this.
Let's do it.
All right. After 3.5 long hours of our NBA draft live stream, I think the three of us are tired. I don't know. Paul, quick analysis of what you saw for the first round.
I thought it was pretty good. Everything was, besides the Cam Whitmore stuff, I thought everything was as expected. Most of the pick, there wasn't really any like huge shockers. Whitmore's injury must be a lot worse than we know about, but I thought it was good. Saw some interesting moves. I think the Magic did well. I think the Pacers did well as well. So we'll see. We'll see how they do in the second round.
Yeah, I mean, some interesting picks, a lot of trades at the end of the round, not the beginning. I mean, Zion didn't get traded, which was not a shocker, to be honest. Zion has no trade value. We knew that was going to happen. So that's pretty much it. Follow our social medias on the bottom, at ETB Sports, at the 3&D ETB, at Game On ETB. All our sports shows will probably be talking about the NBA draft, so make sure you follow all our shows. I'm sure, Paul, you're going to do an extensive analysis on the draft on episode 5, right?
Oh, absolutely. We're going to go into thick detail.
So you'll cover the draft. I'm sure we'll touch the draft a little bit on ETV on episode 90. But make sure you subscribe, youtube.com/ETB Network. Follow Network at ETB Network. Let's try that again. Empty the Bench Network at ETB Network. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Just a bunch of clips from the shows, and subscribe. 2 new shows on the way. So be on the alert. So for Paul Lombardi, Tom Albano, I'm Nick Morgasen. Make sure you follow us on etb.com as well. All our blogs and content up there. But that'll do it for the ETB Network, and we'll see you live stream. Good night, everybody.
Yes.
Yep.